Hello everyone. I think all of you are doing okay today. It's been a lot because a lot is going on in our country. Every day lazima tuchukue na a lot. Welcome to our show. Today I've seen a lot has happened. I've seen the opposition has been in those sides of Kawangware. Matiang'i has been Kirinyaga. I've also seen Wanjigi, Jimmy Wanjigi. He's been in Siaya today to launch party yake Safina together with yule lawyer wa Pikipiki Ponki yakonto Willis Otieno. Yeah, so I think we will also look at that. And Ruto nimeona alikuwa huko northeastern. Is it northeastern ama northwestern? Yeah. Police, I've seen they've said they've wamepinga hiyo maandamano ya Gen Z, and then but on the other end I've seen Gachagua said that maandamano bado watu wataenda to oppose the fuel prices. So those are some of the things. On the other end I've seen the UDA people, watu wa UDA supporters obviously. The great advisor of Kasongo, Faruk Kibet, na this other guy, Arun Cheruyot, they've been talking about, they've just been talking about, they've been defending their president, and they also talked about Uhuru, and I've also seen Arun Cheruyot talking about Babu and Sifuna, that is the Linda Mwananchi faction. So sijui wameamua aje, it's like Kenya imekuwa sasa back to back. Ukileta mi narudisha, nikirudisha mi naleta. Yeah, so first we look at nitafute hii video. And there is this issue whereby the president is warning people against kutusiana, but nimeona Ketina amekuwa anaangazia hii like even if yeye anawarn watu kuhusu kutusiana na basically kuongelelea watu wengine, but him on the other end anaongea na kutusiana. So does it mean anataka wengine wanyamaze, yeye awashe moto, ama anataka watoke draw? I really don't understand. I don't understand what Ruto wants, but labda nyinyi ndio mtanisaidia kuangalia ni nini Ruto anataka. Just look at a brief part of it and then yeah. Just get the video.
Rais William Ruto anapinga siasa za matusi.
There we go.
Rais William Ruto anapinga siasa za matusi na kashfa, lakini yeye mwenyewe binafsi anatekeleza anayohubiri, huku kiongozi huyo wa taifa akitoa wito wa utulivu na heshima katika siasa. Mashambulizi yake ya hivi karibuni dhidi aliyekuwa naibu wa rais Rigathi Gachagua yanazua maswali kuhusu msimamo thabiti katika uongozi wa juu. Je, huu ni mwito wa kweli wa kusafisha siasa au ni siasa zile zile, tofauti ikiwa ni jukwaa tu? Mwanahabari wa masuala ya siasa Grace Ng'ang'a ana taarifa zaidi.
William Ruto kuhubiri siasa za staha na zisizo na matusi. Ujumbe huo umekuwa dhaifu, kwani mara nyingi rais hufanya kinyume chake. Katika mashambulizi mapya dhidi ya upinzani eneo la Mandera, Ruto amewataja wakosoaji wake kama viongozi wa kelele wasio na dira, akisema kuwa nchi haiwezi kubadilishwa kupitia matusi na maneno matupu.
So the question is, the president anataka watu waache matusi, lakini yeye, does it mean that yeye hana? Because we've seen in most of his rallies venye alikuwa
William Ruto anapinga siasa za matusi.
So today Ruto has been saying watu waache matusi, and we've seen in many of his meetings. I remember there was a time that alikuwa anaongea akisema sijui wengine wako na kichwa kubwa, wengine wamenona. Isn't that matusi also? And where the politics of Kenya has reached, I think the other day it is something that I talked about here. It's like where the politics of Kenya have reached, iko measured on who insults best. Hapo sasa ndio imefika. Yeah, so as I was saying, it's like where the politics of Kenya has reached, it's measured on who insults best, because hao wanaleta, hao wengine wanarudisha, hao wengine wanaleta, hao wengine wanarudisha. So I don't know where we are headed as a country with this kind of behavior, but yeah, let's see where we will head to, because the president himself has stopped being presidential. That's what I can say where we have reached. He has stopped being presidential, and it's like anajaribu kujipimanisha na those of whom wenye wanamletea matusi. So hao wakileta yeye analeta, hao wakileta wanaleta. We've had previous presidents wenye walikuwa wanaambiwa, unasikia wameongelewa, wametusiwa, but they did not even have time to respond. But okay, our president, every week he must be on top of cars. Every week he's just roaming around the nation. I don't know, sijui Ruto anakaanga saa ngapi kwa ofisi, sijaielewa na sijui anakaanga saa ngapi kwa ofisi ku make sure that ana implement vitu zita benefit wa Kenya, because the amount of times that we are seeing him on top of cars na roaming around ndo zimekuwa mingi kuliko vile anatekeleza kazi. So sijui, and his deputy also kameanza tembea. I've seen Kindiki going round, pia anatembea. So sijui kwa ofisi wanakaa saa ngapi. It's like they are behaving like they've already started campaigning. According to me, that is what I see. Wana behave ni kama ndio wameanza kucampaign. So just according to what our headline today is telling us about Ruto saying the opposition is sick. I think I'll get a video of him which he was alikuwa anaongea leo akiwa pale Mandera. Tusikie anasema aje.
Work today is broken. Every day, people juggle so many different tools just to get work done. A simple task turns into a time-consuming mess because work sprawl.
Yeah, here's the video. Nimekataa kuplay full screen but
Tuendelee. Mimi nataka niwaeleze, msijali na wale watu wa makelele. Tuko na watu wengi Kenya hii, watu wako na hasira mingi na kisirani na kiburi na makelele na matusi, lakini hawa ni watu ambao sababu ya hizo hasira yote na kisirani yote wako nayo na matusi mingi wanatembeza nayo na kiburi mingi, ni kwa sababu hawana akili ya kupanga mambo ya maono, mambo ya sera, mambo ya agenda na mambo ya maendeleo. They don't have. Hiyo ndio shida yao. Nyinyi mnanielewa? Na nishawaeleza hawa watu, kwa sababu nawaona, nawasikia makelele mingi, kiburi mingi, atu wanatisha watu, wanatishia mpaka atu wanatisha rais. Hawana huruma hawa watu. Nafikiri, I think they are not well. Nafikiri wako na nafikiri wagonjwa or something. Yes. Ukiona mtu wako na hasira mingi na kiburi mingi na makelele mingi na matusi mingi, huyo mtu ni mgonjwa, anahitaji kutibiwa. So hawa watu tutasaidia, hao wengine tutawapeleka hospitali. Nyinyi mnanielewa? Na mimi nataka niwaambie hawa jamaa wapunguze kiburi, wapunguze matusi na makelele, wapunguze hiyo maneno mingi na kiburi mingi na matusi. Watafute sera kwanza, ndio hawa wajieleze kwa hawa wananchi. Tunaelewana jameni? So msikuwe na wasi na hawa watu. Wale watu hawana agenda, hawana mpango, hawana sera, hawana mpango, hawana hata maono. Kumbe mnawajua wale jamaa, mnawajua wale wa makelele na kiburi na matusi na ujuaji. Mnawajua wale, ala, hata wanajulikana huko Banisa. Ati wale watu wa kiburi mnawajua, wale wa matusi mingi, wale wa kisirani, wale na hasira mingi, wale ambao hawana maono, wale ambao hawana agenda. Mnawajua? Mnawajua? Ati maono hawana, agenda hawana, sera.
Naona Msimamo has joined us. How are you Msimamo today?
I'm good, Hilary. How are you?
I'm fine.
Nice to meet you.
Umesikia kile ambacho rais anasema?
Sasa nashangaa kati ya wanaolilia haki yao wanaoona kwamba mambo hayaendi na wale ambao wanaona kwamba kwao yanaenda, sijui sasa wagonjwa na kina nani. Unajua hapa napo kizungumkuti. Sasa sijui mgonjwa ni yupi hapa, yeye ambaye anakandamiza haki ama wale wanaokandamizwa ndio wagonjwa? Najua mtu anaweza kwenda na maneno mpaka ile kapu, na nazungumza kila siku hapa bila kwamba kapu ya uongo siku zote huwa haijai kabisa. Sasa maneno yamemwishia kabisa mpaka anasema kwamba hawa wagonjwa, watu wapinzani, maana wanachokizungumza hakina tija. Kwa hivyo Duade afanye mahesabu ya kuwapeleka kwa SHA wahudumiwe. Sometimes nashindwa. Angejibu haswa zile tumeona haswa mabasi yalikuwa yamekwama haswa kwa barabara aliyokiri yeye mwenyewe kwamba ataitengeneza na kuitaja si mara moja si mara mbili. Sasa sio kwa hilo la mafuriko yale na kuzuiwa kwa usafiri wale, ndio watu wamekimbia tena Northern Eastern kwenda kuweza kuwatuliza jaziba ama nini? Kwa sababu sikuona issue ya maana pale kwenye ule mkutano zaidi tu yale ambayo anasema matusi hataki, lakini ni kama matusi, kwa sababu huwezi sema wenzako ni wagonjwa ili hali pengine haswa unasimama kwa ajili ya taifa. Naam.
Kwa hivyo tunaweza sema yeye ndio kiongozi wa matusi kwa kusema wenzake ni wagonjwa.
Mgonjwa wa kwanza ni yeye, kwa sababu kaishiwa sasa na kuzungumza mpaka anazungumza ni hayo yanaonyesha ugonjwa, kwa sababu maendeleo hayako kwa mfuko wa mtu. Maendeleo ukalishwa mezani, wizara inayohusika na wizara zinazohusika zipewe nafasi ya kuweza kujitanua, kisha alikwe, kwa sababu mambo yameiva, alafu kiongozi anaingia pale mambo yameiva, ili aeke haswa msingi wa uhakika. Sasa haya hayapo. Tunauziwa lugha tu, tuliuziwa lugha 2013, tukauziwa lugha 2017, na mpaka sasa hivi bado tunauziwa lugha tena vile vile na maneno matamu. Sasa huo ndio ugonjwa huo. Mimi kimtazamo wangu naona huo ndio ugonjwa haswa wa ndimi, yani kuna kwamba labda ndimi ndio utakaokoa. Ndimi haiwezi okoa, kwa sababu ndimi inaambatana na vitendo, na kama ni maneno matupu tu ambayo hayafungamani na vitendo, basi ndimi inakuwa haina kazi. Hata uwe na ulimi gani, lakini unakuwa hauna kazi.
Alafu kando na hayo, nimeona pia watu wake wa karibu wale kina Faruk na Arun Cheruyot wameongea sana. I think nitaweka ya Cheruyot kwanza, alafu ya Faruk ifuate. Bado Faruk Cheruyot aliongea mpaka kwa Linda Mwananchi, ile group ya kina Babu na Sifuna, na aliongea mpaka kwa Uhuru. Sasa sijui kwa hizi stories zao saa hii Uhuru anatoka, like in a time that we are in the middle of a crisis, instead of them talking about the crisis that we are facing, they are talking about other people.
Nakwambia hii kambi yote imeingia mchecheto. Hii kambi haijui wapi kwa kushika. Ni sasa hivi kutapatapa tu, wote Linda Mwananchi na kuwa funded, au vijana hawezi peleka taifa mbele wala nini, kwa sababu ni watu ambao wakiambiwa nyimbo balisha nyimbo wanapiga. Sometimes mtu anashindwa jinsi ya kuweza kupangua. Kama kweli ni vidume, watueleze ndani ya miaka 4 wamefanya nini na nini. Si story ya housing, si story ya SHA. Tunataka kujua uhalisia haswa wametengeneza nini. Then ukiita wenzako sasa kwamba hawawezi, na wewe una kitu cha kuonyesha. Sasa cha kuonyesha hakuna, ni maneno tu, na unalazimisha kwamba lazima kuwe na heshima. Heshima haitafutwi hili. Heshima inajileta yenyewe, dadangu, bila hapo. Kwa ukiona kwamba kiongozi unakosewa heshima, basi kuna mambo ambayo ni vile tu kwamba watu wana mipaka ile, lakini kwa kweli ukiona unaanza kukosoa heshima, jua mambo haendi sawa, jua huendi sawa kabisa. So huyu Cheruiyot ni kama anabambanya nguo hii ya chakaa hii, lakini wacha ashone viraka bandika zibe au matoma angalau, lakini mwisho wa siku tu hii imechakaa na 2027 ni lazima itatafutwa sehemu iweko.
Sasa kwa naitafuta hiyo video. Aaron Cheruiyot alikuwa anaongea kwa Linda Mwananchi akiuliza wanalinda nani? Sasa ndio hiyo hapo.
Nawajua vizuri. Kikundi ile imejaa conmen, watu wa wash, watu wa kupiga risasi ukiweka wimbo mbaya, haina wapendi, wanakuambia wanaweza linda Kenya. Hii kinazobona mtalinda Kenya gani? Na tabia yenu inajulikana vizuri. Wapora matapeli ambaye hata magavana wamepiga kelele kwamba hii ni extortionist. Wanasomea rais. Wanasema sijui rais alifanya hii, hawezi kupigiwa kura. Na mimi najua vizuri kama ni kufanyiwa hesabu ya makosa, sponsor wao mkubwa. Unajua wale tusidanganyane, Nairobi ni ndogo na kila mahali anajua, kila mtu anajulikana pale anatoa kipera. Wale ni vibaraka wa Uhuru Kenyatta, wale kudanganyana. Na sponsor wao mwenyewe wakati alikuwa uongozini, tulikuwa tunaokota miili ya Wakenya hapa Rivayala, hapa Des na kwingine. Sasa wanaturudia na kutuambia story mingi. Yaani wanafikiri sisi ni wajinga. Wale wako katika chama chetu cha UDA na ndugu zetu wa ODM. Kwamba safari ambayo tumefunga ni safari ya maana sana. Ni safari ambayo inaunganisha Kenya yetu kuwa nchi ambayo Wakenya wote wanajihisi kwamba hili ni taifa lao. It is more important than any other thing. It is more important than all our personal ambitions. And we should ensure and we should strive to make sure that we make it work for the sake and the interest of the people that we represent. Kwa hivyo hiyo maneno kidogo kidogo hiyo itaishi. Wale tunashindana nao si ati ni wageni Kenya hii. Si ati ni malaika wamefika. Si mnawajua vizuri. Na ni watu ambao katika Kenya hii wamekuwa ile maneno walifanya inajulikana. Kwa hivyo wasituongelee. Unajua kuna wengine wanaongea kama tunaishi kwa makubwa yao. Ati wakikohoa tutaanguka chini. Sisi tunawaambia sisi si wageni Kenya hii. Hii Kenya ni yetu sisi wote. Wacheni mambo ya kutuambia Kiingereza mingi. Na wale unajua katika chama unajua mimi naona saa nyingine maneno pia yanakuwa mingi mpaka najishakaza. Kuna watu wanaongea juzi, unaona wale wa upinzani wameona kumekuwa na maneno wanaita press conference na kuzungumza Kiingereza mingi ni kama walikuwa na ukiangalia ile line pale iko mbele haki ya nani hata wananchi wa hapa Mpera wanajua. Pale mkipima kabisa kuna mtu anaweza pewa Kenya aokoe kwa hiyo watu. Wakora ambaye hawajui tofauti ya asubuhi na mchana tunawapea nchi wafanyie nini?
Sasa unasikia hapa Aaron Cheruiyot anaita hao wakora, ati wakora ambao wajui tunawapea nchi wafanyie nini. Na sasa how if we decide to speak as Kenyans now, if we decide to term the wakora that are in government now, tutaanza na nani? Because the person they are defending is the head of wakora in this country. Ama what's your take msimamo about what this guy is saying about Linda Mwananchi and calling other people wakora who cannot be given the mandate to govern the country?
Kwanza kitu ambacho kinanikera katika moyo wangu na kinanipa kinyaa katika moyo wangu ni kwamba ati walitengeneza serikali ya kuleta Wakenya wote pamoja, broad based government. Imeleta Wakenya wangapi pamoja? Kwa misingi ipi? Hii ni ukuhuba wao wa UDA na ODM. Kwa wakija pamoja wao ndio taifa limekuja pamoja? Ni serikali ya Wakenya wote ndio wameamua? Ama ni kuweka tu sawa wananchi wa Nyanza waone kwamba they are part and parcel hii? Pili, baina sasa hawa wanaosemwa kwamba hawezi pewa nchi na wao wapi bora? Nani anaweza sikiza haswa wao? mwananchi anaweza sikiza nani haswa baina ya Cheruiyot na Sifuna? So ujamaa wangu kachanganyikiwa, walidhania kwamba watu wata enzi zile za zamani za kusalute na kupiga magoti wananchi, but tunashukuru chepukizi nye, mnafanya kazi nzuri ya hamasa, mnafanya kazi nzuri, lakini vile vile haswa na Wakenya ambao wamechokana na huu mzigo. Kwa hiyo Cheruiyot acha yeye azungumze yake, akidhania labda pengine tutabebwa na hilo wimbi la maneno tena kama tulivyoshuhudia wakati ule wa 2022, masuala hasila kwamba ni serikali yenu, serikali ambayo itamsikiza mwananchi, serikali ambayo itaweza kuhakikisha kwamba haifanyi jambo lolote lile bila kumhusisha mwananchi, serikali ambayo itakuwa na uwazi, serikali ya kila mtu. Hiyo ilikuwa ni ya hasila. Nao tuna serikali mpya ambayo ni ya mjumuisha wa kila mtu, ya broad based government. Kwa hivyo kwa mtazamo wangu, kwa hizi kejeli anazozitia haswa na kuziweka kwa viongozi wengine, aangalie mdomo huu, maana yasije tena akaja akamdogelea kama vile kiongozi wake, mambo ambayo ameweza kuyazungumza yeye mwenyewe yanaanza kumfuata sasa. Barabara zile ambazo alienda kaahidi Northern ndio zile tulishuhudia wakikwama haswa kwa siku 3 na hawana chakula na hawana lolote. Barabara hiyo moja tena tumerudi tena. So hii lugha hii
Msimamo sijui umepotea ama network ni yangu ndio shida. Sikusikii, sijui ni network yako. I think you'll come back after, maybe it's just your network. And so we've been trying kuangazia Ruto saying the opposition is weak or is sick and iko na matusi and wako na kiburi. But I'm just trying to play the videos of even the president himself speaking and his followers also speaking. Kina Arun Cheruiyot na kina Faruk Kibet. If you listen to them, are they not also sick so that they can be taken to hospital? Because Ruto amesema the opposition wanahitaji kutibiwa na atawapeleka hospitali. So when it comes to kuongea vibaya ama kwa matusi, we can see his right hand men, as I can say, people like Cheruiyot and Faruk, the way they are talking, they are even insulting the former President Uhuru Kenyatta and saying that he's the chief finance of the people like Linda Mwananchi. And he has also said that watu wa Linda Mwananchi wanalinda nini, because there are some of the people that are being involved in things such as wash and whatever. So between amesema ni wakora, and I was asking, between watu kama Linda Mwananchi and the people like Arun Cheruiyot and that whole government, who are the wakoras here? Tukienda tu kwa ukweli without
kulinganisha, wajue nchi inaelekea pande gani. Unajua saa nyingine mtu anaweza pima aseme kweli Ruto ako na makosa, lakini suluhu ya Kenya haiwezi kutoka kwa hiyo wakora ya upinzani. Watu ambao tunawajua, historia yao inajulikana, wamekuwa uongozi sijui miaka ngapi. Hakuna kitu hata moja hapa Mabera unaweza kuonesha useme wakati umekuwa naibu rais, wakati umekuwa vice president, wakati umekuwa minister, kuna kitu ambayo ulifanyia wananchi wa hapa Kuria ama Migori County kwa jumla. Hadithi mingi ya mwisho nikawa pia hawa vijana wengine wenzangu. Juzi wewe seneta, mimi nafurahia sababu wewe ni kiongozi kijana kama mimi. Hata wakati mulikuwa hamkubaliani na rais, ulikuwa na heshima kama kiongozi na ulikuwa unasema ile yako vile unasema. Hata mimi kuna wakati mwingine hatukuwa tunakubaliana na rais Uhuru Kenyatta na tulikuwa tunasema mambo yetu kuhusu uongozi wake, but we kept it within the boundaries of decency. Kuna tabia ambayo imejitokeza ambayo vijana viongozi na ni vijana ambayo tunawajua, siku hizi wakienda kuzungumza wanazungumzia rais ni kama wanaongea kuhusu girlfriend yao. Mimi nataka niwaambie kuna tofauti ya ushujaa na ujinga. Hiyo mko naye, sio kuwa shujaa, hiyo ni ujinga ambaye mko naye. Mtu anaenda kusomea rais mbele ya watu. Hapa mwingine nilimuona juzi, huyu ambaye alikuwa katibu wa zamani na mlifanya vizuri kama watu wa ODM kutoa yeye. Ati anaita rais criminal. Na mimi najua vizuri kati ya rais na hiyo wakora hiyo wanatembea wanajiita linda mwananchi. Yaani wao wanaweza linda nani?
So Arun Cheruiyot anasikia vibaya raisi aliitwa criminal, and raisi, after the Gen Z were killed on the street, he even came to the media and termed the Gen Zs as criminals. But si uongo, Ruto is a criminal. Si uongo, he's a criminal. A person who has ever been charged with what he was charged, akaenda hadi ICC. He's a criminal, and that is a fact. Hiyo haifichiki. He was and he is a criminal. The things that he has been involved in, to an extent of being prosecuted by the International Criminal Court, he is a criminal. So these people are just trying to meander and try to hide, to put blame games on people instead of accepting what the reality is. They are they are kind of, when it comes to Ruto, they use the ideal situation, but when it comes to other people, they use the reality. So tunajua they are in fear. They are in fear of something because they definitely know what he is capable of doing to them, and he is a criminal. And who doesn't know here in Kenya that he is a criminal? They are terming other people as criminals while their head is the criminal. Someone who has reached an extent of being prosecuted by the ICC. What do we term that as? There is also another video. So I think apart from Ruto saying that the opposition is sick, there are just some people of his brigade, the UDA people, that are also very, very sick. Actually, I think that every person, even if it's not the politicians, every person or every Kenyan that is in support of William Ruto, I can just say that they are sick. And the president himself is also sick. We can just confirm from what happened the other day, akisema boda wanatumia paraffin. That also is an indication of sickness, because how can you say boda wanatumia mafuta taa? So when we start talking about sick people in this nation, we should start with him, because the things that he's doing as a president, they are abnormal. We've never had a president of this. Hatujai kuwa na president mwenye ako vile Ruto ako hivi. Hatujai kuwa na president mwenye tumekaa hapa Kenya mpaka tumefeel. You see, we've always been proud of our country. We've always been saying that Kenya hakuna matata. But now I don't think, even if the wazungu come here and then they say jambo bwana hakuna matata, there is matata. With this guy there is matata. Kip, I can see you are in the building. How are you?
Niko salama. Mimi nimekuja kuongea ODM bana.
Haina shida, the floor is open.
Hebu tuone plug TV kidogo.
We are Kenyans and Kenya is our business.
Hebu tuone plug TV kidogo.
Okay. Plug.
Nimekuwekea video 3 hapo.
Oh, I thought you were saying that ni search. Kumbe, okay, sawa. He has already started emulating sahi mapema.
Nani ndio mgonjwa sasa?
Yeah. Yani in this Kenya if we decide to compare wagonjwa
Niliona hiyo leo bwana, nimestuka bwana. Wewe ndio chair lady wetu sasa.
juzi alijiita chairman akasema I as the chairman of ODM.
I think she's the most stressed out, huh? Let's be frank. Because ODM has completely been invaded. Homa Bay has completely been invaded by UDA. Hiyo hata ukisema ODM hapo unaweza fukuzwa. Homa Bay is gone. It's Ruto's stronghold, by the way. Hapo tusidanganye. Because Sifuna warned them. It is a fact that they were told, mnaweza fanya hii ukora yenu yote ya sijui broad base sijui nini, but can you at least have some dignity, have some respect for yourself? Anytime atisaile wanaenda kwa by election wanasemanga nini, we had a broad based candidate. What did Ruto say? Ruto said we had a UDA candidate. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo. But then when they won in Malava, broad based candidate won. We won. Whenever you're having an event, unaona tu watu wa UDA wamejaa color yellow. Like, let me show you. Like, for example, in Kisii, when the so-called ODM vice chair and his territory is the Kisii nation. What's his name? Simba. Akisimama hapo with a sea of yellow. A sea of yellow. Hata Ruto could not dare do the yellow thing in Siaya. You've noticed that when Orengo, when he came to see Orengo, there was no sea of yellow. Lakini akuja hapa Nyamira amevalisha kila mtu yellow. There's something called respect. Munakuja hapa mnaambiwa nani anakuja celebration yenu anavaa kaunda suit ya yellow na kofia ya orange, still showing you that is coming for you, but you still insist that you know what you're doing. I think they're the most confused people.
I think it's like there is a clash between Wanga and Oburu because Oburu is still in for it, but now Wanga, I think Wanga vile ameona stronghold yake Homa Bay inaenda ndio inamfanya anataka kuwa chizi anayululeti hivi sana.
You see, okay, let me give you two reasons for that. Yeah, Oburu Odinga doesn't care. Oburu Odinga, he's got 5 more years. Acha tuseme ukweli, he's a walking corpse. Wacha enjoy life. Hata watu kwa Jakaranda walisema hiyo deni ya Uhuru, hiyo deni ya Oburu tutalipa. Hiyo tuna shida nayo. Hiyo ya Oburu, even the Luos are saying hiyo kwa sawa, achana na mzee tunaweza lipa hiyo deni yake. It is fine, but the rest, oh my God, they've paid a heavy price. What does Oburu have to lose?
Nothing.
If Oburu loses his nomination, he can nominate himself. He's a party leader.
Yeah.
If ODM gets seats, he'll nominate himself as whatever. Gladys Wanga, on this other hand, and Akina Junet Mohammed, first of all, these are nominated. Junet Mohammed ameboro community, ni tu kwa hisani ya mzenjo alipewa hiyo kiti huko. Gladys Wanga has always been somebody nominated. Hakuna, she's not strong. She's not a strong leader. She has never competed with anybody. So if her whole county is gone, because initially she was promised a deputy president position, Na hapa hakuna ameambiwa na kina Ruto hakuna ng'oo. Ameambiwa ng'oo.
Yeah.
So for me, things are boiling nicely. The only thing is the Linda Mwananchi people.
Yes, talk. What has the Linda
Wakianza
Mwananchi people?
wakianza kuleta watu sasa, nitaambia watu, look at that fakeness. Look how fake they are. So just imagine if tomorrow in Nakuru, Gladys Wanga and Junet Mohammed are there. What are you going to do?
So we una propose kina Sifuna wakae ngumu na kina Orengo wasijaribu kuwelcome either Wanga na kina Junet because they were their colleagues.
Very stern conditions. First of all, Oburu Odinga should be removed. Gladys Wanga should be removed. Simba Arati should be removed, and that Mombasa guy should be removed. That is the only condition we have. Yes. And then put Sifuna as party leader. We have a new chairman. Osotsi should be deputy leader. Then to tafuta chairman from other parts of the country. That is the only condition I have, because these other guys have failed. They have completely failed their mission. Because you see, if sijui tunaenda kuongea na hawa, we are going to discuss how we're going to do things together, meaning that Linda Mwananchi guys come back, alafu they are being used as pawns again.
And then there is a question that I was asking yesterday when I was running the show. Gachagua in his rally said that he talked about how he owned ODM hiyo ya kina Oburu, and he was like, mimi kama DCP tunawakaribisha mkuje tufanye kazi pamoja nyinyi kina Oburu. Do you think that can happen? And what do you think will happen if that happens?
There's you see, the zoning thing is very controversial here. Although I don't think Akina Sifuna and Akina Babu are against zoning. What they were against is the dignity of the party. They were just trying to say that for 6 months, mmekuwa mkiimba broad-based, two-term, hizo vitu zote. It is in the... Sifuna said that with the Hanon
Manyora. Yeah.
Niambia sasa nyinyi, how are you going to convince the Mwananchi after singing for so long that Ruto is a good guy? Because also, if you think about it, the zoning particular thing, if you look at the zoning particular thing, how is it going to affect the people? For me, as a Kenyan, anti-zoning is actually good for me as a Kenyan. I don't care if it's UDA, by the let's just be frank. If it's somebody from UDA, somebody from whatever party comes to the people and then decides to run, and then me as the people decide democratically that I'm picking this person. If I pick a fool, or a bunch of us, we pick a fool democratically, fairly, like, 100% transparency, we decide as a people that we are going to elect an idiot or a madman. That is us as a people from that region or that particular constituency or what. We've decided as a people. No big wigs have decided to do that for me. So for me, zoning is something I'm against completely. I'm actually, I don't care if UDA encroaches in a particular region. If a UDA candidate wins fair and freely and fairly, that is fine. But Akina Sifuna's point was not that. Their point was stop singing songs and praises against your opponent. Because if you look at UDA people, UDA rarely talk about broad-based. They usually talk about UDA staff. They usually talk about two-term, Ruto, whatever it is. And then you have the ODM people, brigade, are the ones who are singing the broad-based thing. You know, somebody described it very well. Kwanza to a plug. Described it very well. Side chick
Is
will
it among
always,
the videos that you've sent?
yeah, weka tu hapa zote mbili.
The second one or the first, or the third one?
Weka the second one.
Should Edwin Sifuna give Oburu Odinga and his brigade a second chance? You see, since the very public political brawl between UDA and ODM, Kenyans have noticed something fascinating. Oburu Odinga's Linda Ground brigade is moving differently, the tone has shifted, the worship songs have stopped. Now, look at the script. Catherine Omanyo, the current Secretary General of the party, is on camera dismantling Ruto's policies the way Sifuna does.
Itaangalia wananchi wakiumia na mimi niko mzuri ati naimba broad based. No, broad based itakuwa broad good, broad better, broad wide, broad extended to our people when they are happy. So lazima nyinyi kwanza, then sisi. But sisi kwanza alafu nyinyi, it is wrong. Watoto wetu, wavulana kwa wasichana, wanatembea kwa mguu kwa sababu hawana fare. Petrol, mafuta yoyote imeenda juu, bado iko juu. Tunasema ikatwe zaidi, kwa sababu mafuta ikienda juu, bei ya fare pia inafanya nini? Chakula production kwa factory pia inafanya nini? Bottom up, we must remember the people that we promised to protect. We must remember them and fight for them. Hata kama ni kuenda hasara kwingine, tutoe mahali pengine, tufanye bidii, mwananchi wa chini asiumie.
I can also see Julia has joined us. Julia, welcome. Oh, so you are saying something.
Kumaliza, but it's fine. We'll keep. They are still there. So for me, side chick is always side chick. We know it's a bad habit that we have in Kenya of having women on the side. Hata mwanaume akichita aje ama nini, atarudi kwa kitanda ya bibi yake. Yo hata akienda, she comes to, if the man goes to the side, she goes, oh mama ananisumbua, my wife is this, what nini. At the end of the day, the wife comes first. The wife always comes first. And I'll tell you, for the UDA people, the Mulima is the first wife. It's the people that give them power. If you notice, there was a time Ruto went to West Central and abused the people in Nyanza. Kasema kwani mimi ni kichwa mbaya naweza kwenda kwa watu wajinga. Openly abused them. Everybody put 2 and 2 together and just said it's the broad-based people that are being abused by Ruto. Ruto cannot let go of Mlima. Sijui ni nini. It's just, unajua umeshaisikia kitu inasemanga ukiacho wachike. He cannot believe it because according to statistics, from how IEBC skewed the elections for the last few times, Nyanza is almost only just 800 votes, people that go and vote. Only 800,000 that go vote. Mulima ni 4 million bana. How can you drop 4 million and go for 800?
And I have a question from what you're saying, Kip. I have a question. You're saying Ruto cannot leave the Mlima, and my question to you is, Do you think Mulima can leave Ruto?
They've left
Ama
him.
once Ruto amewashika washashikamana.
How?
See,
How?
that's why I'm asking, do
No,
you
you
think
see,
Mulima
most
can
of
leave Ruto?
most of what Ruto is doing is theatrics. What Ruto is doing is theatrics. Pay a few people here and there. Make Karen Nyamus, you elder of the Kikuyu, Apalisha Manguo. Those are paid people. You know, it's something called like paid actors, yeah? That is not
Yeah.
the heart of Mulima. Or go to kanisas, apatiane pesa. But if you look at the ground, let me give you an example. What has happened today in Kikuyu? Gachagua last week alitupiwa tear gas, akaletewa goons. Now Gachagua is another political animal. Huyu mtu ni animal, huyu ni technician kabisa. What he did, he snuck into Kikuyu. No fracas. No goons, no police. Peaceful, very peaceful rally. Sasa, what does that goes to show you? It goes to show you, number one, the Mulima is ready. The Mulima does not need to be paid to go see their leader. Number two, hii kitu ya kusema ati you have to announce when you're coming, you usually cause fracas. You're gonna either bring us goons or you're going to bring us police to hurt us. How come rally za Ruto hazifanyiwi hiyo? It just beats logic. What is this? Why do we Linda Mwananchi mnatupa tear gas? Tell me what is the sense from the government to throw tear gas to any rally there? Me hata sioni logic, and we accept it as Kenya. It looks like Julia has issues with her browser.
Yeah, ndio naona hapa hivi amesema.
Ukiona ameweka jina yake full unajua.
Oh, Njeri ndo Julia. Oh, ndio nashangaa Julia alidrop and then nashangaa Njeri stop. I'm like, who is this?
Mwambie atumia iPhone yake aache mchezo.
Amesikia.
Tumia iPhone aache kutumia laptop ama iPad. Unajua hizo iPad za mashule aachane nazo. Ama no, wanatumia Chromebook. Unajua she's a teacher. Unapeanga Chromebook. The first thing you can tell her is restart her computer. Clear everything. Inasaidianga.
Wacha kuingilia mwalimu. Mwalimu.
So tumalize what we are watching. I want to compare something with what is happening there. Yeah.
Third, respect from the UDA party.
There are many ways to break up with your side chick, especially when you've decided to go back to your own wife. Number one, you stop picking up calls. You start picking fights over salt in the food, and you make it so uncomfortable that she eventually packs her synthetic hair and leaves on her own accord. Or, if you are UDA, you can disrespect her so publicly, so consistently, so brutally, that she calls a press conference to remind the sugar daddy that she has rights too.
The Central Committee commended the National Elections Coordinating Committee, NEC.
And on Thursday, the 16th, ODM Central Committee, that proud, battle-hardened, politically promiscuous institution, did something it has never had to do in all its years of hopping from one political bed to another. It sat before cameras, microphones, and a bewildered nation, and essentially said, we demand respect.
4, our relationship with our broad-based partners, UDA, the Central Committee noted with concern. UDA party. The Central Committee noted with concern the goings-on and the unwarranted public utterances by some senior officials of the UDA party aimed at causing anxiety and disquiet among our members. As a party that believes in its principles, ideology, and the foundation on which it was founded, we demand respect from the UDA party.
Let that marinate. ODM, the party that has survived tear gas like Cologne, elections like seasonal flu, and political betrayals like breakfast, is now formally requesting through officially party communication channels that its broad-based partner stop embarrassing it in public.
What I saw at the funeral of Koyo, where my party leader is seated, and some people have come there shouting, "Uda, we will not agree, we will not accept, it will not happen."
So how did ODM end up here? Well, to understand how ODM ended up begging for basic decency from a party it voluntarily climbed into bed with, we need to rewind. You see, ODM knew from the very beginning that UDA was married. And not just married to Central Kenya. Ring on finger, dowry paid, in-law fed, and the whole traditional arrangement.
Nowe moto, gaidia moto, gaidia moto, no mwena ni umwedete, toe moko na igoro, togosegai.
Of course, the marriage had its own problems. UDA and its Mount Kenya in-laws were fighting over the remote control, disagreeing on who should sit at the head of the table, bickering about inheritance and entitlement. But they were married, legally, spiritually, demographically. You see, ODM was convinced, with the kind of delusional confidence only a true experienced Mpango account possesses, that it had what Central Kenya didn't: the numbers, the influence, the grassroots charisma.
Na uheshimu ODM. ODM ni chama kubwa. Ni chama kubwa. Heshimu ODM na usicheze na ODM. Wakikasirika wanaweza haribu vitu.
Armed with the political stamina built over decades of jumping from one coalition bed to another, with the agility of a Nairobi matatu changing lanes on Thika Road, they promised UDA the kind of pleasure Mount Kenya could never deliver. In fact, they offered 10 rounds of maximum political satisfaction per day, with extra sessions available on demand.
Rais, nilikuwa nasema kwa ufupi, hao watu ni wako na wewe ni wao. Kwa hivyo ukipata nyama ile nono, ukilisha hao watu wakishiba, watu wako wameshiba.
In exchange, ODM expected to be moved into the matrimonial bed, specifically the position of deputy president. That the Cloud9 experience ODM was providing would make UDA forget entirely about the region that delivered the presidency.
And we will support you. Na usiogope mtu. Viti vyote, kuanzia senator, kuanzia governor, wajumbe, women rep, MCAs, tutasimama kupitia chama cha ODM. What we are negotiating about is the presidency. Hapo tuko hapo na President William Samoei Ruto. Kwengine huku tutafinyana.
But as you all know, in every messy marriage, the first wife always comes first. She may be neglected, she may be insulted. In fact, she may be publicly humiliated at fundraisers and whispered about in political rallies. But when push comes to shove, and when the bed gets cold, and the in-laws start making noise, the husband crawls back. And crawl back UDA did. President Ruto, while in Nyeri, deep in the bosom of Mount Kenya, was forced to do something no man managing Mpango Kando situation should ever have to do: publicly defending his loyalty to his first wife.
Mimi nimepangana na nyinyi, na kama kuna mtu anafikiria ati ataharibu urafiki mimi nimejenga pamoja na nyinyi, huyo ni mtu anaota ndoto ya mchana.
Mimi nataka niwaulize, ati kuna mtu anasema anaweza kunitenganisha na watu wa Nyeri. Mimi namwambia hiyo ni ndoto ya mchana bwana.
Standing before the people who gave him the presidency, he declared that there was absolutely, categorically, unequivocally no way he would dump Central Kenya for some fools out there.
Mimi nauliza nyinyi, ndio mimi nikuwe rais, si nyinyi mlinipigia kura? Yaani mnafikiri mimi nitakuwa mjinga niwache watu walinipigia kura niende nitafutane na watu wa pumbavu?
Now, the president's handlers will tell you he wasn't referring to ODM. His spin doctors will argue it was a general statement. And to make the matter serious, his communication team will release 17 clarifications by morning. But Kenya is not a country of fools. Well, not politically, or at least not all the times. And Kenyans did the math. The president had been spending months traversing ODM zones, attending rallies in Nyanza, breaking bread in the lakeside, whispering sweet nothings about inclusivity and broad-based government.
Sasa, sikizeni watu wa Homa Bay. Ati wanatuambia, ati William Ruto anapoteza wakati yake huko Nyanza. Ati Nyanza hakuna kura. Ati Nyanza ya kura ya Nyanza ni kidogo. Mimi nataka niwaambie hawa watu, nyinyi mwaka huu mtajua hamjui. Mwaka ujao mtajua hamjui. Mimi ni rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Na nimeamua ya kwamba hii Kenya tutaunganisha jamii zote za Kenya. Tutaunganisha watu wote wa Kenya. Tukitumia broad based, tutaunganisha jamii zote za Kenya. Tutaunganisha wananchi wote wa Kenya. Wale wengi na wale wachache watasimama pamoja mwaka ujao. Wale wa kura mingi na kura chache tutasimama pamoja mwaka ujao.
And then he goes to Nyeri and calls unnamed political companions fools.
Yaani mnafikiri mimi nitakuwa mjinga niwache watu walinipigia kura niende nitafutane na watu wa pumbavu? Neko kana tikwo.
The arithmetic wasn't difficult. Kenyans concluded that ODM had been called a fool in public by the very person it was giving 10 rounds of maximum pleasure per day.
Neko kana tikwo. Nedurai kuidhania. Tunaelewana kabisa.
Now, in any mpango situation, once the husband starts mending things with the first wife, a very specific pattern emerges. He doesn't just go back quietly. No, he begins to punish the mpango akando. He starts doing things specifically designed to hurt, to remind the side chick of her place, to reassert the hierarchy. And this is exactly what UDA has been doing. The ruling party has embarked on what can only be described as a political spite campaign. It has begun demanding to install its own party members in ODM strongholds, planting UDA flags in territories that ODM has held since before some of these UDA officials knew what a party membership card looked like.
Na mimi alisema jambo la maana sana. Una wale wenzetu ambao sisi hatuna uhasama nao kutoka chama cha ODM. ODM wanasema pwani ni ngome yao, waachiwe wao. Sisi tuwaambia pwani ni ngome ya raia wa pwani, tuache timenyane. Na wanasema wao wanajua hata wengine wetu tukiwachwa. Junet alisema hata wengine wetu tukiwachwa tunganganie viti, hatuwezi kuwashinda ndani ya maeneo yao ya ODM. Kama nyinyi muko na ujasiri wa aina hiyo na muko na confidence ya aina hiyo, iko shida gani sisi tuingie katika viti kama mlivyosema mtushinde? Kama hapa ni ngome yako, kama hapa wewe huna wasiwasi, kama wewe unaweza na kuminyana kwamba hii ni ngome ambayo imejizatiti, si wewe uende ulete kura zako nyingi na sisi tulete zetu kidogo, iko shida gani?
This is the political equivalent of a man bringing his first wife's clothes to the Mpango Akando's apartment and hanging them in her closet. It is not just disrespect. It is territorial warfare disguised as administrative courtesy. ODM predictably is calling it disrespectful.
As the national chairman of the ODM party, I also want to make it very clear that this Homa Bay County and this entire region is an ODM zone. It is an ODM zone. And the next time I see what I saw at the funeral of Koyo, where my party leader is seated, and some people have come there shouting, UDA, we will not agree, we will not accept. It will not happen. It will not happen. It will not happen. Not under my watch as national chairman of the ODM party. This is an ODM zone. Na tutaki madarau. And you can see we are quiet. Unaweza ona simba nyeshewa, ukadhani ni paka. Hakuna paka hapa. Hakuna. Onge paka ka. One simbni. Wanangoa.
And they are right. It is disrespectful. But here's the thing or nobody in ODM wants to hear. What did they expect?
All our party strongholds, all those strongholds are reserved for ODM. And whether Omar Hassan is happy or not, we are going to ensure that that is the minimum precondition for negotiation. Minimum precondition for negotiation and engagement with the UDA is that there will be compulsory zoning of our regions. And if Omar Hassan wants to become governor, the governor of Mombasa is ODM. I want to tell Omar Hassan to look for another constituency or another county to go and govern. If he wants to become governor of Mombasa, let him defect to ODM so that we'll be able to negotiate with him. But he will not threaten us because we are solid and we know what we want.
You see, ODM's current predicament is the oldest story in the political playbook and in the Mpango Akando playbook for that matter. You see, you cannot walk into a marriage, offer yourself as the existing alternative, build your entire value proposition on pleasure and convenience, and then act shocked when you discover that the husband never intended to leave his wife. You cannot ignore every red flag, and there were red flags the size of billboards on Mombasa Road, and then hold a press conference expressing concern. Central Kenya's political class has been saying loudly and clearly for months that the deputy president's position is theirs. It belongs to the mountain. No one is taking it. They have said it in churches, they have said it in funerals.
Mimi na Kindiki tumesikia tumejipanga. Hii kiti ya deputy haitoki Mount Kenya. Tunasikia kuna wengine wanaitaka. Tumesema hii kiti ya deputy inakaa tu hapa. Inakaa tu hapa. Akipata nimepata, si ndio? Nikipata amepata. Lakini kiti inakaa wapi?
Huyu dada yangu Waigoro. Mimi naamini ya kwamba Anne Waigoro my sister akipata nimepata. Negwo kana tegwo. Na mimi nimekipata, Waigoro amepata. It is like that. So there is no problem. Hakuna shida. Hey.
And yet ODM persisted, convinced that love, or in this case, political utility would conquer all.
Hatuwezi kuwa bila power. Ni lazima tupate power. Na hiyo kupata power mpaka wakost watakuwako.
Well, bad news to ODM, because political soothsayers are saying the only power they will get is power bank.
Yeah, this guy who Plug TV, the way he analyzes the issues is very, I really liked it. And I have a question for you, Kip, based on the last video of Kindiki and Waiguru, and this ODM thing and the side chick and the main wife. So do you think that since the mountain is the first wife, even if they don't lose the deputy, even if they don't lose the deputy president seat, they still retain the deputy president seat. Do you think that it will still give Ruto or pave way for Ruto to still hunt the Mount Kenya votes? Because the first wife is there. Because the first wife is there.
So, nowadays I look at things politically with a pinch of salt. I'll not look at it 100%. Before being a diehard person that does not look at things balancedly, unaweza sema vitu one-sided and you don't see the dynamic of how things happen. Right? There's something that we've been using for very many years in Kenya, and that is the perception of popularity. Ruto can then tell Kindiki, step aside, right? The exchange between Kindiki and Ann Waiguru, if you did not read between the lines, it was more of Kindiki telling the people, prepare for a handover of this position to my sister, right? So when the time is right, Ruto will announce Ann Waiguru as running mate, okay? Ruto is trying to split the east and the west. And let's be frank, the big brother of Central, I know people here might not like to hear that, but it's the truth. The big brother of Central is the Kikuyu people, right? So you got rid of Gachagua, replaced him even with the smallest brother of Central, which is the Tarakaniti people. I know people try to say they're Merus, but they're not. They're Tara people. They understand each other, the Merus, but they're Tara people. It's just like Kalenjins. Just trust me on that one. So now, when they bring Ann Waiguru, and then Ruto says, nimerudishia nyinyi kiti yenu, Kikuyus are happy, and then the rest of them will follow through. That is what Ruto's plan is. So Ruto will actually be 100% on attack in Central Kenya. Just let me tell you, immediately Ann Waiguru is announced, Ruto will basically spend most of his time in Central Kenya and show the perception that he's taken at least a very high chunk of Central because of Ann Waiguru. So, hiyo ni homework na kazi kwa Rigathi Gachagua. I'm sorry. And Jubilee, they have to make sure that they hit Ann Waiguru as hard as possible. They have to bring the NYS scandals to light. Kindiki is a lame duck right now. Kindiki has nothing. Kindiki right now, akishapatiana hivi for his political, what do you call it? For his future political gain, he has to do that. And by the way, once you get to that level of politics, I'm sorry, it's retirement. It's basically maybe starting your own party, becoming a party leader. You can't go for governor. You see, at least with governors and senators, they can interchange their positions. You understand? Like Orengo can go back and become a senator if he wants. There's no difference. You know, there's no hakuna kitu mbaya. And MP, senator, those ones can interchange. You know, MPs are more powerful than senators. So you can interchange such positions. But the things like president and deputy president, unless you're in the UK, where you're first an MP before you're prime minister, that is fine. So for me, Kindiki, I don't know what is going to be unless he comes back as a CS or attorney general or speaker. It's a step down, but it's better, you know. So for me, hapo ndio naona. So that one is a very dangerous thing for Gachagua, I can tell you. Yeah.
But
yeah.
But Kip, what if the hearts of the people of Mount Kenya itakuwa rigid, ikatae kukuwa softened by the fact that even if Ann Waiguru has been given the position, still watakuwa tu. Sorry?
You're not listening to the statement I said. Perception. Ruto atamuaga pesa kila mahali. He'll make it as if the mountain have accepted Ann Waiguru. Meaning that every time he walks with Ann Waiguru, it's going to be him preaching to yellow hats everywhere in Central. People have been transported, loads and loads of people transported in yellow to show that then he'll do the IEBC thing. You're looking at it as if the election is going to be fair. It's not. He wants permission to steal. Ann Waiguru knows how to coordinate goons. We saw that in 2022. She knows how to coordinate them. She knows how to tell them to sing for her praises. She knows how to train them. into how they need to respond to certain issues. She trains them in her home and tells them this is how you're supposed to say things, blah blah blah. And it was already recorded in 2020. I saw that video. Pesa itamwagwa Central mingi sana. A lot of money will be poured there.
So in as much as Kasongo will make sure he does everything to manipulate and bring them closer, Anne Waiguru also knows how to play the game.
She knows. It's not like it's not like Kindiki. Kindiki is soft. Kindiki always looks like he wants to cry when he's around Ruto. He does not know how to bulldoze. Like for example, he had been given a lot of money for development. If you're going to the dark side, I'll explain to you. If you're going to go to the dark side, you have to go full blown. Like ukipewa your pesa mimi nakwambia unamwaga tu mambo ya manguo manini. You have people that are 100% looking for situations where sasa mimi kama ngoko Kindiki ndikokuwa naenda kwa mkutano za mama tu. Nakaa na hawa. That is my job. Like this is like, let me tell you, this is a strategy. Hii kitu unapatiwa siju 1 billion per month vice president or deputy president's office. My friend, nikienda kwa mkutano za youth ya mabodaboda every week ungeniona nao. Trust me, you'd see me with them. With that 1 billion ningekuwa nimenunua every time nanunua mabodaboda tu na mwaga huko. I put it there. I don't even want a convoy. Na mwaga tu hizo mabodaboda huko Central. I go to another ward na mwaga bodaboda zingine hapo. Kwa hiyo mama nakuja na mwaga mablanketi, nakuja I'm talking about dirty politics. But Kindiki on the other hand, tu ni kuweka hema hapo. Mimi hata msineke hema, mimi tu utanipata hapo tu na mavijana. Like trust me. That's enough funding for me to do proper groundwork. Trust me, even if you're not doing it for Ruto, it's for yourself. Wakuone huko Central. At least nilipewa hii. At least ngoja ile siku nyingine kipa anakuja huku. I think I'll get some, and what will go around? How do you think Ruto gained the mountain? He gained the mountain because he went around churches na kumwaga pesa. Kumwaga tu pesa tu hapo kwa makanisa tu hivi. So if kanisa ni plot ya Ruto, you as deputy, wewe tu ni kwenda kwa hizi mkutano za machama za wamama hivi. Mimi ama watu wa chai hivi wewe unasema sasa watu wa chai mna shida hivi. Every week, just think about it. How much is a lorry? A lorry is about 10 million. 20 million maybe. Unakuja tu siku moja unafika cooperative ya chai. Unaangusha lorry moja hapo. Like you just buy it for 20 million from this actual fund you have as deputy president that has been budgeted by who? By parliament. Because his problem is budget inawekwa hapo. Ruto comes and siphons it from his docket. Hapa mimi nakataa, naambia Ruto bana, acha mchezo. You want me to do all this stuff? Wewe kana budget yako, mimi ni kana yangu, ama nitaambia watu. That's another stupid thing about Kindiki.
Yeah.
You have to be hard. You have to be like Gachagua because you know your days are numbers. You can already see signs. Hata unaanza kuongea hivi, it's almost just a year. Kindiki should have started doing tough things.
But now Kindiki
budget. Yes, this man is so weak. Mimi nakwambia tu your budget inakuja hivi, naambia bana boss, hii inakuja kwangu. It's already been approved for that. Then I do all those things I've told you. By the time nimezunguka mlima mzima, even if Ruto is not the person that they're going to vote for, they will remember my name as Kindiki. Trust me, what utaongea, and they will be waiting for you to come. Ukipita tu hivi town hivi, sharp, unaangusha vitu za development, like true development stuff. Unaangusha bodaboda hapa, unaangusha pickup moja mbili hivi, like all over Central. I'll be spreading this amount of my campaign stuff. the money that I'm supposed to run as deputy, and by the it's not by the let me tell you the truth. It's not illegal. It's not illegal because remember it has been approved by the what do you call it? The MPs. MPs wameapprove kitu. Na napatianga 1 billion per month. I don't know what was the budget. What is the budget? What anaangalia kwa nini? Kwa AI. Let me check that. Budget for deputy president. Kenya. Inakuja tu sahi. The beauty about AI. Come on, man. Na hata akaongezewa 4 billion ingine. You know the amount of the things I can do with walianzisha wakampatia 3.1 billion. Wakamsupplement na 4.9 billion. Ika increase by 1.8 billion. So in a year unaangushiwa, let me see, I'm calculating that 5, 6, 7 billion a year. What can you not do? Just Valerie as you have 7 billion. 7 billion umekuja kwa docket yako. 7, let's say una split TV. 7 una split by 2, so 500 million. 500 million ni yako sasa. So uko na security yako. 500 billion, let me tell you, per month, I can be buying a lot of things for my people. Kwanza naweza tamwaga kwa Tarathanithi peke yake tu. Just my constituency hiyo 500 million. Nenda mwaga tu 500 million the whole of Tarathanithi. Ukisha mwaga hapo hiyo 500 million, kununua mavitu, maybe kuanzisha hapo ka factory yani yako in the middle of the city. Just, you know, 500 million can open a factory. You can finish a factory in Tarathanithi. You officially buy land, officially ile tu unaitisha hivi. Let's say you're talking about 2 acres. 2 acres, 3 acres at maximum. Tengeneza building there, into a factory or something like that. Wewe kuje ukate kwa ribbon in 6 months. You cut it to the ribbon. Another 500 million unaenda hapa Embu. Unafanya the same with another 500. Ukisha erect a building like that, wewe unakuja tu kama, I'm telling you, Ruto atakuwa anakufuata kufungua hizo vitu. Ruto will be coming to help you open those things. Trust you. Yeah, kulaunch hizo vitu. Ile ati umekuja umesema sasa, and you talk to the governor of Tarathanithi, unasema sasa hii ndio nimefungua, tukuje tufungue pamoja. So we are brothers. Wacha tufungue kitu, nitafutie a couple of workers there. I don't know what Tarathanithi produces. You do. I'm telling you, even me, like right now, me nikipewa kazi na UDA, those are the things I'll do. Things I'll do. Forget, that's another thing people forget. They keep taking politics as biashara. Biashara, everything is biashara to biashara. Me, the first thing I'll be thinking about is helping my people. Just help your people. And that is what Kindiki should have done. Kila siku anataka kwenda kwa machopa, nini, opulence. Oh, you're going with a big convoy for what? Me, I'll tell you, not convoy. Convoy ya nini? Mimi peke yangu, man solo. I'll go alone. I don't need a convoy of people. If I'm going there, I tell the governor I've come. Kwanza unaitisha permission from the governor, unakuja unaongea naye, unaambia boss nakuja. I want to start this project with you, blah, blah, blah. Pop, you start with that. And actually, I'll even not do the factory thing. For me, it is actually, yes, the physical things that I can buy on the same day and distribute. So I think I'd work with cooperatives. So buy vehicles. So every month, the 500 million, you have a bunch of maybe pickups, lorries, or whatever it is. Na unaenda. Ukienda uko semi-arid is fine. Semi-arid by the hapo, by hapo ndio nitafungua kama bohol kama 200. It's semi-arid nitafungua mabohol. Nafungua mabohol huko bana. Hapo nafungua mabohol.
Yeah.
You know, like a proper deep borehole, it costs about 2 million Kenya shillings. Sasa hiyo 2 million divided by 500. Undio ni borehole ngapi umefungua huko? Tasema
Yeah.
Deputy President ameleta maji kwetu.
Kazi ya Deputy President sahi keep ni kushout ni fire si fire. That is the only thing that he can say.
But just let's just talk about, let's say, sifanyi kazi vizuri because that's what the so-called president wants me to do. Mimi ndianza enda huko fire si fire. Utaenda fire si fire ukishafungua hizo maboreholes. Because that is the need of the people. Watakuja hapo na wewe waseme they will definitely come to you. They will come to you na wataimba hiyo kitu. And then you move to the next county. Unaenda kwa neighbors hapo Kitui. Do the same with Kitui, by the way. As a person from the mountain, that's what I would do. But these people are not clever. They are not sharp.
It is the same. It is the same thing. The way people like Mudavadi and Weta are just sleeping. They're just asleep there. They have no legacy. They'll not have any legacy to show. Oh, sorry. They'll not have any legacy to show or anything to go back to the community and say this and this and that. They're just there for their own ninio to finish the term and then maybe wait for the next government to also join or maybe join the opposition after that.
Let me tell you a person who is actually the most sharpest person in UDA. Hata mkimdharau aje, the sharpest person in UDA is somebody called Wamuchomba.
Gadoni.
Wamuchomba amekimbia, ametengeneza mabarabara huko chini bana line. You can tell that woman is sharp. You know, at least, even if you're a thug, another guy is Didinyoro. Even if you're a thug, wekea watu, wekea wananchi something. And it's the same thing that Uhuru used to do. Some of these people do not understand that. Opiyo Wandayi, I don't know where he's from. Opiyo Wandayi, hapo nilikuwa nimemwona hivyo nitengeneza mabarabara, you know, you go omba from central government, ama hata hiyo pesa yako ya corruption, mwaga hapo kutengeneza barabara somewhere. Just pour some money there. Put some pressure as the CS of that, you go talk to your partners. You say, bana, wewe nitengeneze barabara hapa bana. Wacha hata barabara ifike kwa mama yangu. And that is what the old school politicians used to do. These guys don't know what to do. These guys, they just eat and eat and eat and eat. Go buy flats in Dubai, South Africa, Morocco, not thinking about.
They don't remember their people.
It's useless. You know, there's always something called like. There's always going to be something like when too much is too much. Opulence is another very weird thing. I just realized that most of these people don't even have businesses to run. I don't see actual businesses that are self-sustainable. Ukikuja kuniambia kujenga manyumba huko Nairobi, how are you competing with Somalis? You can't. These people have done it. It is such a saturated market. Kujenga tu manyumba, it's not sustainable. I'll tell you the truth. There are so many empty apartments in Nairobi. Watu walalangi huko. But then if you think of, if these guys were business shrewd or what were clever people, you would at least even secure your own future. They don't do that. Now me, if I was a politician, the security, if I'm a corrupt politician, I'm talking about like them. Mimi at least ile pesa kidogo niachilia wananchi waonje. Ningekuwa nishatengeneza. I'll give you another one, because let me tell you, there is no governor who is not corrupt in Kenya. Do you know what Mtula Kilonzo does?
Even Kangata. Even Irungu.
Hakuna, there's nobody. Irungu is corrupt. You see, that's what I'm saying. Yes, those are people who know. Uchukui yote. You don't take it all. It's like Oparanya. Oparanya, when he was governor, you know for a fact that he used to steal. Yeah. but at least he used to do cleaning, he used to do at least barabara. Unachukua TikTok peke yake. Orengo is doing the same. Orengo amefungua factory ya kutengeneza mchele. Naitwa Mtula Junior ametengeneza factory ya kutengeneza juice. Just do something that the people can see. Let some people benefit from this thing. Si ati kuchukua yote. That is the problem with these politicians. That is their problem. Hawa watu wamefundishwa na Ruto kuchukua kila kitu. Everything. Wananchi tu wanasafa. Kama hii kitu ya mafuta. Like right now, the bill for mafuta, for VAT, which has been reduced to 8%, so that at least tukue na reprieve. Ruto must sign that thing. It must ascend. Ilikuwa empty, hakuna mtu yote wa broad-based alienda kudebate hiyo kitu. Hakuna mtu wa UDA alienda huko kufanya hiyo kitu. It's just akina Babu Owino alienda hiyo kitu. I want to look for that clip. Kangata is very corrupt. He ate money from Ethiopia Airline victims I'm telling you.
I can see Peter Mbuthe is saying, no, it's not Wamuchomba. Kimani Ichung'wah has done miracles in Kikuyu.
Okay. Kimani Ichung'wah, this is why I want to educate people. Kimani Ichung'wah, immediately he got into power, the first thing he did through his influence is buy shares at KPLC. The second thing, he was in very many, very many committees in parliament to siphon some money. So this guy, what he has done is, he takes money from government through corrupt ways. But what he does, he shares with his people. He shares with his people. So, sasa hiyo shares ya KPLC atatoa pesa kutoka hapo kidogo, atatoa kidogo hapo ya CDF, atoe zingine hivi from other corrupt deals, whatever it is. And then what he does is he puts it into his constituency. So, mnaona Kimani Ichung'wah anatusaidia, he's such a nice guy. No, he's still corrupt. I'm sorry. It's the same way, like right now. I'll tell you. The reason why I follow Rigathi Gachagua is because of what he's doing right now. But I don't forget, this guy was handcuffed because he stole about $2 million from the county. Handcuffs. Open your eyes, Kenya. Open your eyes. They are not clean. These are dirty people. What chafu. Chafu yote. Chafu. I can only say, or at least we are not anaweka pesa hapa kwa kufanya hii, because right now we have we've kind of ruined what the constitution was meant to do. Like like in all honesty, I am not supposed to hear an MP talking to me about development. Why is an MP talking to me about development? Why is an MP talking to me about bursaries? Why is an MP talking to me about school fees? Mi sitaki kusikia kitu kwa MP. Nataka kusikia MP akikaa huko chini kwa parliament anasema budget ya this year is this much. This law needs to be removed to be replaced with this one here. That is it. That is the kazi of your MP. Mi nataka kuona senators wakifanya vile walikuwa wamefanya in the last few weeks, hiyo kwenda kusumbuana na magovernors kuitishe. I want to see what they've been doing lately, kwenda huko kwa counties wakiangalia hizi hospitals hazijajengwa, wakiangalia zile responsibilities za government. Senators are supposed to be the police of these various counties. Nataka kuona governor akikuja hivi akiniambia kwamba ametafuta ushuru kutoka county yake mpaka waombi pesa kutoka national government, because they should not be doing that. I don't even think the national government should be asking for money, should be giving money to counties. They should be able to get their own money. They should be the ones who are giving the national money, the national government money. not the other way around, so that we governor and run autonomously on himself. The MCS create county rules and regulations within the county. If it's a mining county, they go negotiate internationally as to get business for that county. That is it. I want MCAs wakuje huko kwa ground watuongee na sisi tukiwa kwa ground. We have problems from the ground. I don't want to see an MP coming to talk to me. To talk to an MCA. No, kila kitu ni Ruto. Boss, Peter, hii ni compete between Luya and Kikuyu. They are both corrupt. So, chunga ni 3 billion iliibiwa ikaekwa hapo. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry. Peter, unaweza mtu yako mpaka kesho, I'll still not accept. He stole the money. And then Kimani Chungwa ni mwizi sugu sana basi. Let's clap for him for stealing the most. That's what you want me to do.
Amefuata karibu anataka ku outshine mwalimu.
Mchezo bana. Wacha Alex akuja hapa to explain. Alex
sio wizi.
Anasema Ichungwa si mwizi, Alex.
Alex anauliza nani sio mwizi? Who is not a thief?
All of them are thieves. What was my first statement? I said all of them are thugs. And the precedence of my argument was, if I was, remember what I said, if I was deputy president, I'm given 500 million a month that has been accepted by parliament. Si unaenda unamwaga magari. Mimi ningenunua, I think I'd have had, how much is a lorry in Kenya?
I don't know.
Ngoja.
Well.
Aja tuone. So, you know, like Kimani Chungwa, yeah? Let me just tell you. Like the way Kimani Chungwa is doing right now, that is what Kindiki could have been doing. Wangekuwa kiimba Kindiki kutoka leo. Because Kindiki has access to more funds than Kimani Chungwa. That is a fact. Sasa na hata unaweza angusha kitu ya duty. Sasa ukienda uangushe hapo you can get about between 125 to 300 lorries. $300. Weke 300 lorries hapo kwa county moja uangushe hapo. Park, just put a visualization here. Park 300 lorries in a county. We zipark tu hapo. Useme imeenda kwa hii cooperative ya chai, imeenda kwa hii. Alafu ukuja hapo utafute watu. Alafu niambia hapo umekuja kudig deep boreholes. You're coming to dig each borehole worth 2 million deep. Ukuja unalima 300 boreholes hapo karibu na town, where you can create a reservoir of water for the township of Tarakaniti. Watu wataimba bana, watasema Kindiki is stupid bana. Right now, nobody can touch Kimani Ichung'wah. He's corrupt, but nobody can touch him. He's actually one of the best politicians in Kenya for this time. For the time we are in, the times we are right now, where corruption is normal in Kenya. I would say he's one of the best ones. It's the same way I was seeing, what's his name? At that point in time, I saw this guy, the Bungoma governor. He was doing a good
Lusaka.
job. Not Lusaka, sorry, Kakamega.
Oparanya.
Oparanya, he was doing a good job. I know he was stealing, but I would clap for him.
Okay.
Yeah. You see?
Alex is saying Ichunga has unlimited access with the law that he passed of the appropriation bill 2023, which authorized the national government to withdraw money from the consolidated fund.
Yeah. Ichunga is not stupid. Unajua mnamwangalianga hivi, you watch him, the guy is, first of all, growing his wealth at the same time making his people happy. How many people want to go to his county, not his county, his constituency to go to school?
A lot.
People want to go to that county constituency to go to school. Children have actually a balanced diet because there's only one kitchen in the constituency. That kitchen actually distributes food across the whole constituency for the kids to eat. And it's a balanced diet.
So by this, does it mean that he will also be elected for the 4th term?
Anaweza kuwa governor sahi. Well, he decided to governor direct. He's getting a direct ticket. But I don't think, you see, he can't. You see, Kimani Ichung'wah wants a position where he has access to finance. So governor, MP, let me tell you the truth, he can't go for Senate. Senate are not given money. Senate has no cash. So for him, his next step is either governor or, for those who like him, presidency. That's it. There's no other way. Because again, with Kimani Ichung'wah, he actually understands the economics of money moving around. He understands the economics of making sure that his people are comfortable. That is it. When you don't touch education, you don't touch health, because health there is actually okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see. Alex is right. He's very wealthy.
Annie is saying that hivi karibuni we shall stop celebrating maendeleo ya mapendeleo.
The other thing you've got to notice, people always think that Mbadi is in charge of the funds, right? Compared to other presidents, they would have a member of their own community to be in charge of particularly strong dockets, right? At the moment, the person that signs those checks is not Mbadi, it's Chris Kipto. Mbadi is just a puppet that is being made to sign checks into Ruto's things, into the Raila family, the situations here in Ndanga Kwake. But people like Chris Kipto are the ones who are taking a big lion's share of our money. Hizi vitu kama e-citizen, hizi vitu kama all these systems zinatumika kusiphon pesa.
Naona Peter anasema Kimani Ichung'wah, despite all, he can't be elected. Hata MCA anafagiliwa na Gachagua.
There's nothing like that. I'll explain why. When it comes close to the elections, and then Kimani Ichung'wah says he's anavuka sakafu, mjamaa atafuatiwa open hands. Because with the amount of money Kimani has, I don't think they can have a negotiation with Gachagua and then wataingia huko. Ebu soma hiyo act loudly so that we can.
I'm meaning for it.
So, my people, do not assume. Able to make a second video as we wait. By the ladies and gentlemen,
Raila alitengeneza chama ya maana. Hiyo ODM ya Raila Odinga.
As we wait,
yeah, as we wait. No. People think I'm glorifying unlawful behavior. I am not. They don't understand. I am not glorifying them. I think they should all go to prison. I'm just stating the situation as is in Kenya. If you people have accepted Gachagua, if you guys have already seen Gachagua as somebody that is potential to be your president, do not look at the stick in my eye when you have a log there. For me, I'm just showing you facts. I'm showing you how Kenyans are thinking. For me, let me tell you, the principles should be how the Gen Z as. But I've accepted the fate of how Kenyans think right now. I have accepted that fate. I am not going to glorify unlawful behavior. I'm not sure. I'm just showing you that some criminals are better than others because they're all criminals. Go ahead.
Just a moment.
I think you're frozen, Mama. Kimani Chungwa went unopposed in 2017, but the most hated MP in Mount Kenya. I'm not glorifying evil. Alex, what's a quick video?
Lakini Kasongo amenunua kwa Gladys Wanga, Junet Mohamed na Oburu Odinga ya kwamba leo kama Raila Odinga angekuwa hai, ODM ndio ingeongoza kutetea bei ya mafuta iende chini. Kweli ama uongo? Lakini sasa ODM imenuliwa na Ruto, imewachana na Wakenya. Saa ile sisi tunatetea Wakenya, bei ya mafuta itaremuke. Viongozi ya ODM wanasema ati wanaomba wapewe heshima. Hii ODM, niliambia watu ya ODM, huyu Kasongo atamaliza nyinyi. Amenunua ODM kwa Junet, kwa Wanga, kwa Oburu. Sasa anapanga na Remo Domolo, wale wabunge wote ya baba kutoka Luo Nyanza. Remo Domolo na Kasongo ameweka watu ya kuwafukuza, abakishe psychophone. Watu ya ODM, mimi napatia nyinyi advice kama Mkenya. Huyu Kasongo hamjui yeye. Uliza mimi, uliza watu ya Mlima. Sisi ndio tunamjua. Huyo mtu amepanga kumaliza chama yenu. Amesema wale wabunge wote ya baba, wale ambao wako na msimamo ya kutetea wa Kenya, wote wafukuzwe. Ametoa pesa, amepatia Remo Domolo. Ameweka guns ya kufukuza wajumbe wote ya ODM. Na nyinyi ODM, muulize sisi watu ya Mlima. Huyu mtu tunamjua. Atamaliza ODM kwa sababu hataki upinzani katika Jamhuri ya Kenya. Na mimi naomba watu wafuasi wa ODM, huyu Kasongo akimaliza ODM, msikuwe na wasiwasi. Wote watu ya ODM mkuje kwa chama ya DCP, tukae pamoja, tuokoe Kenya pamoja. Huyu Kasongo ameamua kutumia polisi kuua watu ya Mlima Kenya. Leo pale Ishara Bere North, OCS wa Ishara Police Station, kulikuwa na maandamano ya amani kwa sababu hakuna dawa. Yule gavana wa Kasongo anaitwa Barire hajaweka dawa kwa hiyo hospitali. Watu ya Bere wakajitokeza kuandamana, maandamano ya amani kusema hospitali imeharibika. OCS akaamuka akaangalia vijana, akaona ni vijana ya mbere, vijana ya Mlima Kenya, akatoa bastora, akapiga watoto wawili akawaua. Mimi nasema wewe Kasongo umeumiza sisi ya kutosha.
Sasa nisome hiyo bill. The 2023 Appropriation Act, it is as follows. The act may be called as the Appropriation Act 2023 and shall come into force in 1st July 2023. The National Treasury may issue out the consolidated fund and apply upwards the supply granted for the service of the year ending on the 30th June 2024. The sum of shillings 1,782,351,772, and the sum shall be deemed to have been appropriate as from 1st July 2023 for the services and purposes specified in the schedule. 3. In addition to the sum granted by Section 2, they may be applied for the several services and purposes specified in the schedule. The sum specified out of any money directed to be applied in the appropriation as appropriation in the under Article 206(1)(b) of the Constitution. The disbursement of the monies appropriated to the state departments for higher education and research under vote R 1065 and meant for university education under subvote 0504,000 for purpose of program, that is GOK sponsorship of students in private universities, shall be limited to the amount appropriated under the act of the program, and the provision of Article 233 of Article 223 of the Constitution shall not be involved to appropriate additional monies for such disbursement.
So anasema nini? You can invest anywhere. All you have to say, it's a government project. Weka money, weka jina yako na familia yako kwa hiyo project, na hiyo pesa inatolewa without any question asked. That's how some of these people are making money. They have seen it. So some of these business deals were negotiated during this union between the mountain and Ruto. Some of these leaders, the sharp ones, went close to him and negotiated these things. Kimani Ichung'wah, when Ruto saw that, akaanza kunyang'anya Kimani Ichung'wah some of these things because he wants, Ruto wants it all. I tell you, Ruto is one of the greediest people in the world. Yeye anapenda kutupia watu macoins. So that is why there was a fall between Kimani Ichung'wah and Ruto. Ruto wants it all. Ruto is the biggest businessman in Kenya at the moment. He's in every single business in Kenya right now. If you just think of a business, and trust me, Ruto is in it. Especially if it's got anything to do with government. Every single hospital in Kenya needs to pay Ruto. How much was it? 6,000 shillings for every test somebody does with the, I don't know what machine is that. So 6,000. Alafu 3,000 inabaki kwa hospitali, 300 inabaki kwa hospitali, anachukua 6,000. If you have that MIR machine, unaambia ufunge kwa karatasi, weka hiyo kitu kwa store, unatumia yangu. Ukienda kwa it's fallout, Alex, it's fallout. There's no plastic gimmicks there. That's absolute fallout. Kimani Chungwa panicked, left Ruto. Because if you think about it, yeah, I don't know which MP came to JKL kama amelewa jana. Kwa amelewa. Alafu wakanika Kimani Chungwa. Akaambia Kimani, when we were signing the bill for the because this article was also in that bill, when we were signing that financial bill, mimi na wewe tulisaini hiyo kitu. Kimani was quiet. If Kimani was such an angel, yeah, if Kimani was such an angel, fine, he would not be one of the people that signed that finance bill that is really, really, really messing up with Kenyans. Like, I will, yeah, the mall MP, exactly, the mall MP mwenye nyumba yake ilichomwa na majenzi, jenzi walichoma nyumba yake. He burnt his house, wazee wakuja kuiombea. Walikuja wakachoma. You know, you can see in the middle of a big field, like in a big field, in a village, you see a big castle, a big house alijenga huko. Yeah, I'll look for that clip. Guy was super drunk.
I'm seeing Alex is saying the National Infrastructural Fund Bill 2026 passed in March 2026 paves the way for the establishment of the government investment funds, Ishungwa's personal property. Yeah, I think is it the reason as to why people are saying that it should be scrapped, the infrastructure fund, because it's like
See, the unfortunate thing with my brother Alex, he does not understand. Some of us need to see him come up here to explain here. Sasa anaandika hapa comments, sijui kama ni unless he's at Jobo. Leo ni Sabbath. Ndio anaomba leo. Kwa kanisa. Okay, hiyo nitamforgive. Leo ni Sabbath.
Yeah.
Otherwise, angekuja hapa to explain hapa, you know, like a 4-year-old. Mimi nataka kuelewa. I absorb. I need to absorb. I need to absorb. Turudi kwa wazimu wako Wanga bana. Wanga is going, I think she's going to a mental breakdown, don't you think?
Yeah. And also another question, Kip. Today I've seen
Wanga kidogo. Before you talk, I want to see Wanga. I just want to see Wanga kidogo tu.
You are very happy kuona Wanga akiteseka.
Acha tumuone bana.
Well. So, okay. I've seen Kip today. I've seen Wanjigi akilanda Siaya. He had gone to open offices for the Safina party. What can you say about Wanjigi endorsing Nanio as a person who might be his running mate, that lawyer Willie Sotieno, Piki Ponky?
I'm happy.
What can you say about this?
I'm happy to see that. I'll tell you the truth. Wacha aingie huko Siaya na hata akuje aingie the rest of Nyanza. That's actually amazing news. This thing of
sijui kama umeona that video.
Unataka nikuweke?
Yeah, you can.
You can look for it. See, Safina.
I just
Ilikuwa kwa
have the.
Mtembei. I think I saw it in Mtembei. I'll get it from Mtembei.
I had.
I think I found it.
Alex is
What's
saying
in-
he's wasting his money. Keep.
What's that?
Alex is saying he's wasting his money.
Why? Why is that? I like it. See, too, when a democracy, even if it takes 10 years, didn't he waste his money in ODM? Jimmy Wanjigi is one of the biggest
Alex,
entrepreneurs.
Alex, why are you saying Wanjigi is just wasting his money?
Hebu tumsikie. Ako hapo. Nimeweka.
Si mnasema mnataka power. Angalia yeye vizuri. Kuja hapa Willis. Hata wasichana hawakuoni vizuri. Wasichana hawakuoni vizuri. Simama hapa mbele. Niambie. Deputy ya Kasongo ni nani? Deputy ya Kasongo ni nani? Deputy ya Kasongo anaitwa nani? Soprano. Nyinyi ndio mnasema anaitwa soprano. Sasa soprano na huyu mjamaa. Nani anaonekana ako na nguvu? Nani ako na sura safi? Nani ako na ushujaa? Nani ako na nguvu ya mwili? Nani anaweza kuchukua power, yeye ama soprano? Nani ako na sauti nguvu? Mnasema niende na yeye mpaka mwisho, mpaka mwisho. Aya, asanteni sana, mpigie makofi hapa. Si sasa wengine wakija hapa atikuambia nyinyi ati mnataka power, wamwonyeshe formula, wamwonyeshe formula, kwa sababu wale ambao wanasema unaenda na ule mjamaa hawana formula yake. Hata simuona wanaanza kubabaika sasa. Si wanababaika sasa? Wameona Kasongo ni muongo. Kasongo ni trick master. Kasongo ni con man. Si ni yule Kasongo ambao tulikuwa najua zamani? Yule alikuwa anatuambia mambo ya stadium. Si ni yule mjamaa? Yule aliiba kura za baba. Yule ambao anaua watoto. Ni mwingine. Sisi siasa yetu katika safina si ya matusi. Ni kusemana tu ukweli ya mambo. Ukweli ya mambo ni hivi. Na hii, this is a question to the people here. This is a question to the people here. Muko na hela kwa mfuko? Muko na hela? Si Kasongo alisema watarudisha pesa kwa pesa kwa, muko nayo? Muko nayo? Aha. School fees munalipa? School fees munalipa? Aya, SHA munalipa? SHA munalipa? Vijana naona muko wengi hapa, muko na kazi? Muko na kazi? Wacha, na mumeng'ara namna hii? Mumeng'ara. Pala. Nyinyi mnadanganya mimi, mnang'ara. Pala. Hapa si haya mnang'ara. Nyinyi hamuna shida nyinyi. Hamuna shida. Pala. Vile namwangalia nyinyi hamuna shida. Muko na shida? Mnakana shida? Bas, museme Ruto must go! Ruto must go! Ruto must go! Aya.
Alex is saying that Anasema if Jimmy is smart, let him invest in Murdikir. Kule kwa Ngeno. At anyone who wants to challenge the status quo of Gashagwa must challenge themselves in Murdikir.
No. I think it's time to dilute. I think it's time to dilute the dominance of ODM, right? Because they've had all this regional strength in for a while, and then you can see also what's his name? UDA is also invading that region. Why don't we have somebody else invade that region? Let us have at least a 3-horse race, so that Jimmy Wanjigi and his people can go in there, confuse the Luo people. I want that. I want it in such a situation that Jimmy Wanjigi comes to coastal period region, aende huku Nyanza, amenyane huko sasa. We have, it's good. I want this. I really want it. In my honest opinion, I want him to come and run for president, and I want him to get MPs for Safina. I don't care about Murad. I don't care. It's not about, for me, just as a fact, he's not going to win. ODM. I just want ODM to be diluted completely. Nataka ifinywe mzuri. Alex, happy Sabbath.
Alex, karibu.
Asante. Yeah. So, Nani, what you think can happen in spite and despite of everything? Luos are, when it has come to devolution, they come to understand the benefit, even though currently Ruto is not funding the political parties. The one thing they will not lose is funding the political party of ODM. Now, I think if you realize last time, even though we were in Azimio, the one thing that you saw Wambua do consistently was to let ODM know that for Wiper Party to become a formidable player, they can't keep on supporting Ngilu because Ngilu is not in Wiper Party. And that region was bleeding, and Kalonzo did not have enough funds to run around and bankroll the staffs for the party. So he had to get outside money. So they sat down and they told Raila and the people, we want to take Machakos, Kitui, Nanini, the other counties, because I think the bare minimum is you need three governors. How many senators and how many MPs in order to start receiving the national political party funding? Now, in as much as we want democracy to happen within that region, you have to know that they have only, now that ODM has remained a semi-Luo party, not even a Luo party predominantly, a semi, the possibility of them losing Homa Bay is huge. Kisumu not yet, and Migori not yet. But if they lose Siaya and Migori, Siaya and Homa Bay, automatically they will be disqualified. So in the end of the day, democracy will play, but I don't think Luos are that stupid to allow that to happen to them. Now we are talking about the ground politics, the home politics, because they've been players in politics for a very long time, and they are the authors of that funding, of political party funding. So I think the leadership of ODM will be so keen now that they've come to their senses that ODM is going to become a Luo party. But for it to continue receiving funds, you will be shocked that they will still have to play tribal party to the core. Now, there was a young person, no, not really young, middle young person in Bunge la Mwananchi who has been making rounds because they want to disseminate Moshwa now. This guy said something that was very cogent and persuasive. One thing he said is, the more you open the roads to Nyanza, we know that Homa Bay, we are going to lose it, because I think Ruto did the testing. Raymond Omolo comes from there. The massive rigging that will be in Homa Bay has never been seen at all. And I think that is where Ruto will start from. But he warned him and said, look, Orengo is not dead yet. And Orengo is a smooth, operator. And he understands the 2002 impact on him when he ran under, Social Democratic Party. Remember, Social Democratic was Martha Karua, Anyang' Nyong'o, and so on and so forth. Now, the visitation and talks between Anyang' Nyong'o and Orengo, they are of the idea, and I think a huge amount of young people have started listening. Previously, who were listening to Wanga and Oburu. I've come to understand that these are the only people who can shape their politics to the future, because even them now, they started fearing Ruto even more. Because after the fallout, you understand Ruto is going to be very punitive of them. So to cushion that, I think Orengo and Anyang' Nyong'o are going to come up with a counter. And that counter reactive solution will not, I don't think it will benefit Sifuna party, or whichever party, I don't know. It sounds like Sifuna, but it's Safina, something of the sort. And the reason of that is, in as much as Jimmy Wanjigi can be received in CI, Jimmy Wanjigi is not a politician per se. Jimmy Wanjigi, as you know, is a political dealer. He did not open the political party for democracy purpose. His view about political party is basically to start, vandalizing for deals. And you should not forget this man, the leader of Safina. In fact, there is a court order that is valid for years to come, that you cannot talk about his businesses and some of his dirty deals in the media openly, because he got a gag order. Remember Tony Kashoka and Jeff Koinange, for the first time they slept. Well, Jeff Koinange was the first time. The guy who doesn't know what Matumbo is went to jail for the first time because of this man called the Sifuna party, not Sifuna, Safina party leader. Now, I want to caution you about this man and the way he plays his politics. Yes, on the surface, and the way he plays his media politics, unveiling all these things that, it is true. Some of them are critical to us. But I'll tell you, without a doubt, many politicians treat him with a lot of caution. Because this guy can make deals, my friend. When he talks about SGR, all the problems you have had in SGR started with him. If you don't know, they might be amplified with other people, but all the problems with the SGR, the proposing of him to build an SGR in Kenya, he will fund it, and he'll be given the sole operationalization for some years. And later on, I think other people came in and realized, hey, it's so lucrative. We can't give such a lucrative deal to this person. And remember, that particular time, he had already gotten so many other deals prior to that. And this was going to be the signature deal. Now, this current administration understand how this guy is a smooth operator, not just a person who takes money from the government and leaves it. He influences. I think he's a very good student of this guy called this liberal funder, George Soros. I think he's a student of George Soros. If you don't, if you take a keen look and study the two, you will see a lot of similarities of George Soros and this guy, the way they operate and the destabilization they do. So I don't think people like Anyang' Nyong'o and Orengo will allow this to happen. However, the one good smart thing he's doing, the person is proposing this deputy, whatever you may call him, is not only a shrewd politician, but a person who has been in Kenyan politics in a high level constitution making in the Grand Coalition government and in many, many other things. If you don't know, at some point he was too close to Raila more than his wife because of, some things they were doing at that particular time. So he comes with a knowledge, a reservoir of knowledge that Jimmy truly needs. Because Jimmy, by the way, never graduated from college. The other days he was attacked. That is when I came to understand the guy never actually went to college. He's just street smart. But it doesn't mean that the guy is not wise and not knowledgeable. The guy is highly knowledgeable. But given the facts of what is happening today in Luo, I don't think the Luo people who have been in the opposition for that long and who understands how now the devolution and the effect of it will just allow some places like Siaya, Kisumu, and Migori to go. What I'll tell you is, if he's smart right now, and he wants to build a party to have a political influence so that he can gain financially, he should start places like Murtikir. You don't know how many people are excited about Murkidir the moment Gachagua went there, announced a candidate, and he's ready to do whatever he has. So if I was him, it's what I would have done. I would have gone behind Gachagua, fund one of the most expensive by-election. Give Ruto a run of his money. Don't allow Ruto to send his surrogates to campaign there. Give him so much problem. Hadi Ruto mwenyewe actually end. If you remember, there are by-elections that Raila doesn't go. But one of the by-elections that the Jubilee government gave Raila so much trouble until Raila had to go there the last few minutes. And that was a very bad election because remember, Otieno Kajwang dies. Then by the time the by-election wants to start, Fidel dies. Raila finishes the funeral of Fidel, and then he goes to the last rally to campaign for who? The young man, Moses. Yeah. That was a classic campaign whereby you consolidate because somebody wants to take your what? Your spoils. Now, if you want Ruto to run until he gets scared, don't give him a free pass in the Kalenjin land. If I had that kind of money that this man has, I swear to you, I will sleep in Emurdikir. Make sure that Ruto and all his boys, from Koech and Sudi, they are not going anywhere. If you understand, you understand. If you don't understand what I'm telling you, then he mekupita.
Oh, he stated that. Gachagua stated that. He said he's coming. He already has a candidate there.
He has, but he doesn't have the money. He doesn't have the money. The person I'm saying must fund that. Because Jimmy Wanjigi does not fund to get position. He gets, I'm just giving him advice.
Yeah.
It's never too late.
But you understand it's a bit late. We have till the 15th of next month. Yeah.
He's not bringing a candidate. He's not bringing a candidate. He is making sure.
And then wait a second, Alex. The time to fill a candidate right now, Isha Peter, it was 2 weeks ago. It's past. It's for him. He can't come to that area. It's
And
done.
that's why I'm still saying you're not understanding what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying he must go behind Gachagua and make sure, because you don't field two candidates.
100. I get you now. 100.
Yeah,
100. I
yeah.
get you.
So all these, including Wakina Matiani, should not field any candidate. Okay. So all they do is to make sure that Ruto does not sleep completely. They want to take one seat from the Kalenjin community. Make sure all Ruto boys cannot sleep day and night. Make it a Kibra. Make it a Kibra like the Ken Okoth.
So what you mean, Bundi, is they should make sure they lock UDA out of Emur Dikir.
Even if they don't.
Kapotea.
No, I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
We have to. Uda has to disappear from there. Like right now, the Jubilee and DCP candidates should be propped out. We should be visiting that area every weekend. Every weekend wakwe hapo. Hakuna kutoka hapo.
Unaona vile Anna anasema Ichungwa should be prosecuted and jailed for stealing from the consolidated fund to invest in his constituency at the expense of other areas.
But tell people of his constituency that let Alex finish his train of thought.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know if your StreamYard ilini kata. I'm saying Gachagua as a candidate, the reception was so good. It was exciting. And we should not make the mistakes we did last time in Mbere and Malaba. We are not going to fight over this by-election. So if Safina and other parties, and if truly Jimmy Wanjigi as a person, because this is the interest of saying, because Mulisema that we should be excited that he has gone to Siaya. Siaya is not the right time to go. He must go where the interest of the people to defeat Ruto and dent Ruto. And if he wants truly to build Safina and show that he's going to work with the Kenyans, he must invest in Emur Dikir. Okay? And we are not saying so that he can give us a candidate. He can decide and say, look, we are going to use our resources by all necessary means and campaign for the candidate that we will show the people of Kenya to Ruto that we do not want his government anymore. The purpose of doing that is Jimmy Wanjigi is not in politics for democracy, if you don't know. For him, his interest is purely economic. And if he wants if he wants to stay in an economic embargo age, which is okay because politics and money is one thing, we don't say no. We will allow him. Let him help us financially to dent Ruto as much as we can. So that's why I say, let him invest in Emur Dikir, not by giving us a candidate. Let him support the DCP and let him make Ruto not sleep. You remember Uhuru saying after the by-election of Kibra when Ken Okoth died that kuna mama alimpigia simu amwambia mbona hii kitu imeisha, tulikuwa tunakula nyama kila siku. Wacha watu warushe pesa mpaka Ruto akuja kushangaa kuwa if one by-election inanichukua 2 billion, then he will change the script. He will dump ODM, he will dump everybody, he will start asking himself, how is he going to run this thing? So he will not have coalitions anymore. He's going to be, and as he's not having coalitions, because you cannot fund all these people and they don't give you results. So what I know is if Jimmy Wanjigi and his money decides to just invest, and I use the word invest intentionally, in Emur Dikir, I think the people of Kenya will start being receptive to him. And the other parties may make deals with him then that, okay, support us. If we get to power, we can give you 1 or 2 contracts. That is politics. We cannot say that is corruption. That is how politics is. If I come, this personal interest, there is also democracy interest, security for my business. There is, opportunity for my business. But at the same time, there is interest too, personal interest on how to get rich. Because we are a capitalistic country, and capitalism does not have an age. you can go as much as you can as long as you're not committing a crime.
Alex, I can see Annie saying that Wanjigi said publicly that hajui Gachagua. I don't know if it's juicy during his interview, because there's an KTN interview that he had the other day I was following. So Annie said that he said publicly
No, I
hajui Gachagua.
saw him say that. But at the same time, he said he has met him. So he was contradicting himself. I think, as I said earlier, let me tell you, nobody knew Gachagua will be here today where we are. Okay? We took him for granted. Not even Uhuru, not even Ruto, not even Raila. I think Gachagua political reincarnation is a mystery, but also miscalculated moves of Raila and Ruto. And the diplomatic politics of Uhuru keeping quiet has made the rise of Gachagua. And it's almost impossible at this particular time to ignore him, because he has gone even further. Lately, he's not even calling himself the opposition. He's just calling the alternative government. And people take that name, they cajole that name. But when he gives Ruto 24 hours ultimatum and he acts up, obviously that's an alternative government. So where does Jimmy Wajingi come in? We only are happy to listen to them. But when action comes, like for example, nimesikia amesema 7 days maandamano inaanza.
Yeah.
And all the medias wanatangaza. Why are others keeping quiet? They are running from one media to another, to another, to another. So it tells you that he should work under Gachagua right now. He should stop those things that are due Gachagua. He knows Gachagua very well. Yeah.
And when it comes to him running for presidency, as he has said today,
Anataka kuchukua ODM. What do you expect? He fought with Raila so that he can be party leader of ODM. That one is not. That one I can tell you from Jimmy Wanjigi is not letting go of that. He's too proud. He's too proud. He rates himself too high. He thinks he's God's gift to us. Jimmy Wanjigi is the most, ni kama Ruto, proudest person ever. You know, sometimes you see the person, mnaonanga tu chini hapa. He'll come here, tell you about IMF, World Bank, nini. He's one of the architects of how the country is right now. He's one of the architects of the problems we have right now. He's Kenya's #1 tenderpreneur. I call him tenderpreneur 1. His wealth comes from being a tenderpreneur. He's not, people think he's a self-made billionaire.
He's the architect of both Eurobond 1 and 2. So what do you expect? Yeah, he is. But we still need those people in politics, unfortunately. You know, politics is not funded by rallies, people coming those rallies. It's funded by people funding those rallies. So unfortunately, these people are part and parcel of the stakeholders of the process of electing the president. And he knows that. However, the way he wants to take his shareholdership in this partnership is wasting his resources. Going to Siaya, opening a Safina office is nonsensical to the whole aspect of taking Ruto out. Trust me. We must check the establishment where we are given an opportunity. How they created the artificial elections in both Gaspulka Bondo and in other areas. Now that we have a natural by-election, because, you know, whether it's by, you know, he was killed or not, but he's dead. What should we do? Now we have an opportunity to go to gauge ourselves in Kalenjin land, and more especially with the Kipsigis people. So I think if somebody is for us and for what we are aspiring to, why would you go to open an office at this particular time in CIA? Does it help? Even though you say you want this to be neutralized, I don't think in terms of making decisions in the right way, that is what we look at this particular time. So for me, my only benefit to Jimmy Wanjigi if he's able to dent the image of Ruto as we get to 2027. And one of the ways is to make sure that we have enough money in the by-election of Emur Dikir. Let him invest in us and maybe we'll reap from us. But he's going to invest somewhere that obviously I don't think there's any impact. And by the way, these people have come to the conclusion that the mountain is consolidated, including your own party needs to know that they may not even win one seat. The mountain keep, unfortunately. The way Gachagua is going, these people need to fold their parties. Unfortunately, keep.
Acha zako bana.
Ametoka Jiki kwa mzinga.
Unakuja kuniwekea maji baridi hapo kwenda. We're not friends, man. No. The thing is, I'm against zoning, and I believe if the people want DCP, it is their right. I do not want the situation whereby they start saying we're zoning this place, we're doing this. Whoa. Zoning should be out. And if Gachagua sweeps the whole of the mountain, well and good. That is beautiful because the people chose. This PLP, PLP, I'm part of PLP because I believe in that party and I believe in that lady. That is just a fact. And I will never stay. I am there on a principle. But if Gachagua sweeps the mountain to liberate us from Ruto, well done. Well done. Si Ruto ametoka. I can swallow my political pride, but Kenya has been liberated from the worst leadership we've ever had. I will still say I want PLP to have majority of the mountain. Lakini ukikuja kunichokoza hapa kama lick my wounds. Alex ni mchokozi kwenda huko. Where did that come from? Ukuja hapa anaangusha bomb na anatoroka. Unajua Alex ni mtu wa kuasha kibiriti kwa forest na kutoroka. Alafu anakuja kuspectate. Kuja kuangalia. Forest nachomeka. Oh. Arsonist.
Keep. Is your leader wako wa PLP ako ndani ya United Opposition?
Yes.
Because
yes.
I had, but have you watched the Politox interview when he was saying alisema ako ready to be a candidate for presidency 2027?
No, they have all been stated to do the same. So Gachagua is going to run for president. Matiang'i is going to run for president. Martha Karua, Kalonzo, Water may agree, campaign. Then when the time comes, we will agree who's going to be the #1 flag bearer for that. So it's not.
Whom do you think should be picked, according to you?
Martha Karua. Yes.
Reason being?
She's right for the country. I believe in her. You see, you've got to understand that I am politically biased. I am biased. I cannot go against what do you call it? I cannot go against my party leader. I have to say it's that's the best for the country. And I believe in her. Sasa nikuja hapa nikumwandamine. What are we doing here? what are you trying to say? You know, oh, I want Gachagua, oh, I want Kalonzo, oh, I want who? No, it's Martha Karua. But there's going to be a point in time that they will all pick one. You see, the problem with Raila used to bulldoze all of them. There was no one point in time that you'd have Isaac Ruto, Wetangula,
Kalonzo.
Kalonzo. None of them stood a chance. None of them stood a chance when Raila was there. Raila always bulldozed himself towards all three alliances that we've had in the past when we had this new constitution. And every time he lost, he never gave somebody a chance. Now, just imagine if Kalonzo was given a chance in 2017. At least,
but even before Kalonzo aspires or talks about anything, most people in Kenya always say, as we cannot, Kalonzo, no, we cannot vote for Kalonzo. Kalonzo is too soft to be the president of Kenya. That is what majority of people say.
You will vote for him. You will vote for him. If you're given the choice, ballot Kalonzo, Ruto. Oh, he's too. Oh, I cannot vote for Kalonzo because he's weak. Are you kidding me? Na hii jeshi yote ako nayo behind him, if indeed he's picked by the opposition leaders, he's picked. You think that are you going to call Martha Karua weak? Are you going to call Kalonzo weak? Not Kalonzo, Matiang weak? Are you going to call Gachagua weak? No, you cannot call them weak because he's got the backing of his other principles. And it's going to be the same for Martha Karua, the same for Kalonzo. Gachagua, me hapo.
Hapo kidogo unaomba ujitoe.
Hapo tu tumwacha kwa mtu wa mkono tu.
Where is Njiru?
Huyo abaki tu kwa mtu wa mkono.
Where is Njiru?
Njiru amejificha huko chini bana. No.
Tunasema bege bundi amekufanya ndio Njiru angekuwa hapo ungemfanya hivyo alafu ushuke.
No. Budi Alex is pro Gachagua. That one I can take it to the bank. Take it to the bank. Alex is pro Gachagua. He's got his reasons. I think it's because of Gachagua's headstrong. He's literally currently the only leader that is taking Ruto by the horns. Amemchukua by the horns completely because everything that Ruto has tried against this man has backfired. This is let me tell you who Gachagua is. Gachagua, I can describe him to a suicide bomber. He's getting his 7 virgins, whether you like it or not. Gachagua is actually taking Amonesa Ruto, I do not fear you. Let me tell you one thing. Ruto, there is never a situation or a point in time you had that Gachagua's government packages have been reinstated. Have you heard of that? This is basically funding from well-wishers from Mount Kenya, wanampatianga pesa, and some from the diaspora. There's a fund that is coming in and it's actually sorting Gachagua out. He's talked to bigwigs, millionaires, billionaires to help him. And obviously because that comes with a price actually.
Most of the UDA people are saying that it's Uhuru.
Uhuru, why would Uhuru want to fund it? Uhuru is funding his own party. Uhuru has Jubilee. Actually, Uhuru would like to popularize. See, the problem is another MP died by the, you know that? I don't know which MP was that. Jubilee MP. And I think they're making a big mistake out of due respect or whatever it is that that they're not going to contest against the DCP is not going to field a candidate in that place, which I think is wrong. Which MP was this?
Well, Kalao, David Kiaraho.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he was talking, Jeremiah Kioni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one year 26. Man, these guys died so close together. They're both from. They're both from Kalenjin and Kikuyu.
And yeah.
So those ones are out of respect. That is why Gachagua was really. What did he tell Kindiki? Wacha heshima bana, unafaa kuonesha heshima. As Kikuyus, you do not start trying to disinherit people. Talk about inheritance before we put the person on the ground. Hapo penye Kindiki aliwekwa. Kindiki is stupid. Kindiki is so stupid. Yeah. Do you know how much NCBA has given in 2027 in Fuliza?
Nope.
And who owns NCBA?
I don't know the owner, not unless you tell me.
The owner is the Kenyatta family. Na Fuliza walipatiana 1.
Alex is saying 2 trillion.
1.2 trillion. 1.2. Me, I'm saying 1.25 trillion. So you can imagine the kind of profits that they have, because Fuliza is actually predatory loans. Kuna pesa bana. So Ruto should be scared. You know what 1 trillion can do? You know what that can do? Ukibwaga hiyo pesa. That is just one of the Kenyatta family businesses. You see, the difference between a Kalenjin and a Kikuyu stealing money. Alex usikuja kunigonga. The difference between the Kikuyu and a Kalenjin stealing money is a Kikuyu will take the money and actually make profit out of it. Akali ateka kwa mattress. So Ruto is an example of putting money in his mattress. Atenda kununua land, things will just sit there and no profit. But you see, the Kenyattas, all their businesses are profitable. They would actually come, like for example, the milk industry. They'll come and acquire a business and actually help it run continuously. They are very shrewd business people. Very shrewd. Very shrewd. You ever heard of the phrase "let my wallet slap you"? that is the Kenyatta family. They have generational wealth in Yazisha.
So that is that what Ruto is trying to do?
That is what
engaging
Ruto is
in business. Like is it that he's trying to wanna compete with the dynasty? That is why he's doing what he's doing now in to our country.
Yes, that is what he's doing, but he's doing it too fast. The thing is, you take the money, you don't put good business people out there to actually help you run these things. Like, let me explain to you. When when the Kikuyu politicians would steal, what would happen is they would invest back into the areas. I mean, Kimani Chungwa is a very good example, but I'm talking about this has been happening for years. And commerce would actually happen in their constituencies, their counties, or wherever it is. The people in that region will feel the impact of that. Meaning that I would have, utasikia kwamba hii biashara ni ya MP so and so, or whoever it is, or councillor so and so, and mtoto wangu alipata kazi hapo, alipata kibarua hapo, and the whole county's money is floating. The money that you've taken in and put into the economy is floating around. People can spend the money, and other businesses also can benefit through that because you've employed people. You know what I mean? Ruto, on the other hand, atanunua kitu alafu ikae tu. He'll sit down on it. It's as if he wants to. Who goes to, and because the only, again, the what Western Hotel, it's only how he gets business from that is actually forcing the governments to pay for it. But then if you ask me, does it actually have genuine genuine mtejas, watu wenye wanataka kulala Western? There's nobody who can tell me. Siesikia mtu amelala Western. Hakuna mtu analalanga huko Western Hotel. But then he's made it compulsory for government business to be done there, conferences, international dignitaries have to go sleep there. But is it a business that happens after he's gone? Because nobody knows about that hotel. Nobody wants to go to that hotel because we don't know about it. The kind of buildings he has built, he builds them alafu anaziangusha, meaning that his business acumen is non-existent. Very non-existent. You'd see, like, he went to uko hapo karibu na Sugoi tu, alijenga castle uko kubwa sana. That was supposed to be his house. Then he brought it down. Now he's building a university, sijui primary school, sijui shule huko. Sijaisikia mtu anaendanga hiyo shule yake. Meaning that he already got bored with that idea and left it to go. Because now you want to follow what the Mois did with Kabarak Hotel, Kabarak
University.
Institute. No, Kabarak is an institute from nursery all the way to university. Kabarak iko hivyo. You start from nursery, unaenda primary, unaenda high school until you go to the university. So that is what that is the legacy of the Moi family. But Ruto hata tujasikia hata mtoto mmoja wa primary ama wapi ameingia huko. Because he gives up too soon. Kuna mahospitali zimejengwa huko, nasikia mpaka inaanguka. Even with the help of hiring military people, police, or whatever it is to go help him build those things, he has no business acumen. And the few businesses that have been successful is because he's pressurizing governments like Ruby's. Ruby's is just because there's pressure from government to give favor to him. So government office, government vehicles have to be fueled in rubies. Favorism in the price of oil for him. So that is the thing. Starbucks, on the other hand, is now for the Kenyatta family. But Starbucks, I think, offers better services. Absolutely better services than Ruby's. Where nikulize sasa Uhuru alinunua hiyo NCBA. NCBA has partnership with Safaricom. What does National Bank have partnership with? National Bank is just an ATM for Ruto. Ruto bought National Bank ya kuweka pesa yake because he cannot put that in his personal account. So he needs a whole bank account to do that. He's following the formula of the Kenyattas, but what I'm trying to say is he has the political mechanism, but he does not have the business acumen. Watoto wake wote ni dunderheads. Otherwise, you do it like, if you notice something about the Kenyatta family, some were left in politics and then others were put in what? In business. Mama Ngina is not a fool. You'd have Kenyatta and his cousins and brothers wanaenda kufanya biashara na yeye anakuja hapo na siasa with the other family members.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
There's always balance where Ruto deals with goons to do businesses. Mimi nakwambia mtu anaweza rukwa at any time. Ruto anaweza rukwa mbaya sana. The Singhs, the Arabs that is done business with, like this thing for G2T, G2D, G2G is coming back to bite his goon to goon. It's coming to bite him in the ass right now. Those people want their money. They want their money. That is why unaona hata mkifanya ng'o, it is just that he doesn't have a choice. Alex alikuja and it was confirmed the other day. That is what he's running around with. But the guy has sent akina Mbadi to get emergency funds from World Bank. Mtu kichwa yake ni mzuri kweli. You're telling me you're spending 2 billion a month on State House. So uweke hiyo pesa ya State House, uweke kwa mafuta, utoe ya Kindiki hapo, uweke kwa mafuta. Sio imetosha? Hii 6 billion ulikuwa naongea nayo, when you combine Kindiki and the so-called State House funds, ukiziweka pamoja hivi, it is actually 6 billion. Hiyo yenye amekuja kudanganya nayo hapa. So uweke hiyo hapo basi. Na uache kuzurura.
Yose anasema even be what? He did not run his biashara. The mzungu ran it.
The Australian lady alimkoroga bana. She was also did not have business acumen. Yaya Center is gone. Yaya Center no longer. The Biwott family are completely trashed. Completely finished. Nobody knows what a Biwott is. But we know the Kenyattas. We still know the Kenyattas to date. Because those ones know how to build a legacy. I'll tell you, let's just have hope. When we get rid of Ruto, we will never remember him. Because if he was a good businessman, maybe in 10 years he could rerun. But then after then, you'll have to be on vehicles again on top. By then you'll be 70-something years old. So I don't know what you'll be doing. This man has been running on vehicles for 15 years. He does not know anything else. Hajui kitu ingine. Ni kukaa kwa gari. Luxury ni tu hivyo, kula mabibi ya watu. Hiyo ndio kazi yake tu. That is his pleasure.
Well, me at
That guy is being kept alive with drugs and procedures around Europe and all the rest of the world. I think he's got all of the STDs.
Enough.
Ako nazo zote. Aba? Ama namwonea huruma. Northlands, I'm very interested in it. For those people who are very shrewd in business or people who want to see the future, right? Northlands, buy a house there. Buy a house there. For those who are thinking about their futures. If you can afford it, take a mortgage, get a house in Northlands. Trust me. Trust me.
It's okay, Kip. I think Kip, masaa yangu ya kufunga show imefika.
Nimekuchokesha?
I think Njiru will come. No, niko job kesho, so I have to sleep. Njiru will come another show, I think so.
Sasa mnaona aje kama, yeah, I'll let you go. Unaona aje kama brother yako atakuwa president ama nini?
Wapi?
There is only one brother of yours that can be president. What are you thinking about him?
Brother yupi?
Acha kujifanya.
Niko na brother wengi, Kip. You have to specify which one.
Sifuna.
I think for me, I think anaweza light the fire 2027 and then like just to create ninio. Sijui kama unaelewa, to create that warmth and reception and then come in 2032. That is according to me.
Sasa mbona, I know you're about to sleep. Mbona alienda Bungoma leo?
Ati?
Si alikuwa Bungoma leo?
Alienda kulinda wananchi.
Alienda kuomba permission. Wazee alitaka kumuona tena. Bukusu. Mwambia kwa mwanaume.
Do you think before nimalizie? Do you think
moto hapo?
Haujaingiza moto? I'm just asking you, do you think he can? Oh, Kip is gone. I think we can call it a day. Innocent is saying walienda kumpea torch. I think we can call it a day. Njiru will come open the second show. You all have a good night. Yose wachana na hiyo mchezo. Goodbye.